In 4, 3, 2, 1. There we are. We are live. How's it going, everybody? It is me, Hop Frog, running late like always. Looks like everything's going. Mike's running. Looks like that's working. The light's working. We got 2 people here. Hello, everybody. Let me get over here to the YouTube side. Make sure that's coming through okay. Sometimes it doesn't always come through okay. Picture looks good. Let's check the sound real quick. Okay, sound's working good over there. So how is everybody doing? So you know, right now April Fool's Day is over, so I'm not playing any pranks on anybody. I was just running late. Just running a little late. So, but we will talk about past pranks. I figure when we get some more people in here, we can talk about some funny pranks and stuff. So let's turn that off. Hopefully it's still looking good because it looks like the bandwidth just dropped. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it's not looking too good, is it? That's where it's supposed to be, though. 720. StreamYards only lets you do 720 even with the mid-range plan. You get the better plan, you get 1080p, but you get to do a lot of other stuff, and it's like $50 or $60 a month. Which, to go from pay an extra $25 a month to go from 720 to 1080 is like whatever. That's too much. Yeah, I don't know if Proghat came back. He was a little too early. Maybe he'll be back. Hopefully he's back. Hello, people who are watching, coming in. Been streaming now for about 2 minutes. So if you're coming in, welcome. Don't know who's out there. I just see numbers. So I'm still not sure if it's counting me as one of those numbers, but whoever you guys are, just coming in, working and lurking or peeping and creeping or what? Peeping and creeping. There you go. So thank you for coming by. Happy April 2nd. What happened to this year? This year's just been flown by. March was just like poof. Like it felt like it was about a week and a half. February felt like it was about a week long because it's already short with just 28 days. January, it feels like we just had New Year's like about 3 weeks ago. It's better now? Oh, okay. That's good. I know when I keep it going, sometimes if I throw another light on, let me try to throw another light on, because sometimes if I just have a little bit more light, the camera seems to be happier and all is well. Let's do that. Let's make things easier on the camera, which we always want to do. There we go. It's a balance of getting things lit up without being too washed out, and at the same time make sure that you're seen, because the more lights you have going, it makes the camera happy. That's probably good like that. Yeah. Channel backdrop. That's too washed out. All right. This is live, folks. We are adjusting things as we are going. So there you go. I know the camera, sometimes it kind of changes as it's going too. It's got auto white balance or something. It's just my Logitech webcam up there. Sometimes it adjusts and stuff. All right, looks like getting a couple more people showing up here. So how's everybody doing? I was good this year. I did not play a single prank on anybody. We've done stuff at work with air horns and poppers and stuff. So the guy we usually do stuff too, we had some people out, and so that's what I'm trying to say. So there wasn't very many people there, and the people that were there, I don't know. It just felt off this year, so we didn't do anything. But there's a lot of practical jokes you can play on people, and we've done a lot. One of the favorite ones is we got these carts at work, and when we got them in, it's little plastic carts for the guys, and they pick the parts and they go down the aisle. So I set it up and I tied some clothesline, just real flexible clothesline. Is probably like maybe 1/4 inch in diameter at the best, and had one of these plastic carts he's pushing. Let me see if I can find a picture what the cart looks like. So you kind of see what I'm talking about here. Little plastic utility cart with wheels. So there we go. Show you what I'm talking about rather than just blabbering. Because a picture is worth 1,000 words, is it not? I know it's been said many times. The picture is worth 1,000 words. So anyways, there's one of these kind of carts here. Oh, I did it again. Okay, so one of these kind of carts, very similar to this. Not exactly the same one. I think we got it a little bit less than that. But these posts, let me go to the side over here. Okay, these upright columns right here, what I did was down towards the base around here, down towards the base, I tied that clothesline onto one of the legs, and then I tied the other end of the cart onto the rack, and I threw the extra rope underneath the cart. And I knew it was going to happen. This one guy, when he was going to, as soon as he came in, he was all excited to see the new cart, and he decided to run with it down the aisle. And there was probably maybe 10 feet of rope, maybe 15 feet of rope. So he gets on the thing, and he pushed it a little bit, and he's like, oh, this thing's pretty cool. It goes back and forth, and then he starts to run with it, and I hear, oof. And what happened was he got himself in the stomach with the handrail. He goes, kind of knocked him in. I go, you all right, buddy? He goes, oh, yeah, you guys got me. Hello, Judy. How's it going? Thank you for that. It's always good to see you in here, Judy. You're here like every week, and I appreciate you. Yeah. I've had a few pranks played on me before, and I'm yeah. Nothing. I mean, we don't do anything that's like gonna cause anybody to lose a finger or anything super hazardous or anything like that. Just some fun stuff, and most people appreciate it. So I know one year the guys got me with they put an air horn on my seat, and it's regular office chair that's adjustable. So what they did is they taped this air horn onto the underneath the chair and had it resting on the little button to push down. So the chair was there, so when anybody sat on it, any weight would hit that button. So we had somebody called, and I went to grab the phone, and I sat down on the chair as I was on the phone. Goes, and the guy's like, "What is that?" I go, "Oh, one of the guys put the air horn on my chair." And the guy, he was distracted and forgot what he was calling. He goes, "I'll call back later." He called back about half hour, but it was just fun stuff you do. You wimp out when your eyeballs don't stay open. Well, I appreciate you being here as long as you can. I know it's late. I try to do stuff that kind of doesn't interfere with other people going on, but at the same time, I know there's some people that do get up early on the East Coast, some people in other countries and stuff, that this is kind of their normal operating hours. So just try to make something flexible for everybody. And I keep saying one of these days I'm going to do a stream on the weekend or something during normal normal people hours, I guess. Yeah, we make sure we don't have any pranks that cause flesh wounds. It's just a flesh wound. Because that's not good. There's a thing with pranks, and there's a thing with being straight up malicious. And we know that it's all good fun. Oh, thank you for that. But sometimes people get so mad, some of the stuff, that we've got people that follow us on Facebook, and I'll see a story that's funny and I'll share it and stuff. And it's like, I've discovered that there's a lot of people that seem to lean towards the side of gullibility. And you'll put a story that sounds kind of far-fetched on there, and they're like, really? And then you tell them, no, I'm just joking with you. And they get mad. They take it as an insult. It wasn't just that you were just trying to be funny. They just get seriously upset. One of the things we did one year is there's a thing going around, and it was called Sokolowski Farms. And they had a website. Let me go ahead and share this website for you. This is awesome. Why am I stopping my cam? I don't want to do that. All right, let me share this here. This is amazing. Show what pics. Hello, Paulina. How's it going? All right, show the window. So, anyways, there's this place called Sokolowski Farms. And okay, y'all. I'll find. Let me show those first before I talk about the other thing. All right, I'll do that first. Okay. I posted. I was doing some parody videos of this guy Elvis Travels. And, he was a nice guy. I've talked about him a little bit before, and I just made him look foolish as many times as I could because he just was threatening people, and I was trying to take the wind out of his sails every chance I could. So one time he was hanging out where all these old, it's kind of like a retirement community, and he was just kind of being a creep, really, and people were calling the cops and stuff and threatened to call the cops. So I did a little video. Actually, that'd be easier to go to that. So we know Instagram, but anyways, I had my son dress up as an old man and act like he beated me up. So I threw the pictures on Instagram as just kind of a teaser. I'm trying to find the video here. Threw the video up on the clip up on Instagram of me being all beat up, and people are like, what the heck happened to you? They thought I got in a car accident, and it was just something I did with really cheap makeup. Let's see here. I get where I could do pretty good stuff with face makeup and stuff. I forget what I called that. But this guy was complaining about everything all the time and stuff. Where is it? I'm still looking. Maybe I should look on Instagram instead. Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. So, hello, Vinyl. Hello, Paulina. Yeah, I got beat up as I was doing this guy Elvis Travels. Let me just share this here while we're here. And then I'll talk about the other thing I was going to share. But sometimes people get so mad when they see things, they're just like, they get kind of gullible. They think things are real, and they're not. You know the magic of Hollywood. So that's what I'm trying to say. Or as close as you could get to Hollywood on no budget at all. I do everything on the cheap, and this was our poor yard that was dead. So where are we at here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this Elvis guy, he was always talking about how people who had jobs were stupid, and he was so smart for not having to work, and he was living the good life. So I was joking with some other people that one day he's going to get beat up by some of the old people. So watch this. Here we go.
It is a really good night out here. It is beautiful. I am enjoying this nice area that is looking really good. I deserve to be camping out in a place like this. And then the people, they call me cops. But the cops don't mess with me because I am the alpha male. I told him what was what, rudder. Woo! But this is pretty nice out here. This is a really good place.
I thought I told you to get out of here.
Hey, what is your problem? I'm not. What are you doing to my stuff? I'm not afraid of you. What are you doing?
Oh, wow! What are you doing this to me? Oh, oh, wow! Oh, wow! What are you doing this to me? Oh, wow! What are you doing this to me? Oh, wow! What are you doing this to me? Oh, wow! What are you doing this to me? Oh, what are you doing this to me? Oh, wow! What are you doing this to me? Oh, wow! What are you doing this to me? Oh, why did you do this to me? I am the alpha male. I don't deserve this treatment. I am the alpha male.
I am really angry right now. I am really jacked up. That stupid old man. I was there minding my business. I was having a nice day, sitting in my chair in the park. And then he comes. And he says, I tell you to get out of here. Who's this pencil neck geek think he is? Talking to me, the alpha male. Ah, that hurts. My whole body hurts. But he is talking to me, the Assyrian king. I deserve the respect. He does not respect me. I bet you one of the trolls hired him. I bet you Jen I bet you he is.
All right, I won't play anymore. I was just the rest of this is just me being this guy ranting because he'd always rant thinking that everybody's messing with him and stuff. But I did this. It was just a cheap little makeup kit that I got from Walmart. But I might have one around here somewhere. Just stuff like this. I mean, do this here. There we go. Just on that side of it, just like the cheap makeups and stuff that they have, or the little palettes with the sponges and stuff, and some fake blood and stuff. I think that look took me maybe 10 minutes to do. I just threw it on pretty quick, so it was pretty funny in a budget, and everybody thought it was great. But I posted a picture of myself done up like this on Twitter, and it was probably my fault because I didn't put an explanation. I just put a picture of myself in my hallway with my face and clothes all torn and bloody and stuff. People were like, what happened to you? Oh man, you do stuff like that, and people just go, what happened to you? But yeah, it's like sometimes people get mad, and it's like there's been other things where I've talked about things I've posted on Facebook, and I always joke. I'll let you guys know, if you follow me on Facebook, you're going to see some weird stuff on Earth Day. I know a lot of people who are like really militant about Earth Day, and I'm not like, we need to protect what we have, because there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of pollution and stuff, but I'll find pictures on Google of like places where people are burning tires, and I'll say, oh, little Joey came over with his family to help burn some tires to celebrate Earth Day. Stuff about me jumping in your backyard and messing up your recycling and dumping oil down the drain, leaving my SUV idling, and just smart alecky kind of stuff on Facebook and stuff. And people get upset. They get really upset as if you're doing something personal to them, and it's just like, relax. I'm joking because there's some people that would rather bring awareness to somebody not recycling rather than letting you know that there's a suffering animal somewhere that needs help, or a homeless person. It's like, no, it's like all that stuff gets pushed off to the side. Earth Day is all about taking care of the earth and make sure you recycle anything. People, like I said, people just came unhinged. Hello, Dusty. But it's like, I've always been, kind of a joker and stuff. That's one of the things I like doing. But a while back, this is a couple of years ago, I found this site, and I'll share it with you now. I was waiting for a few more people to come in here. This is called, it's just some images. It's called Sokoblovsky Farms. And before I say anything else, let me just show it to you. You hated it when he said you must pay your Assyrian king. Yeah, he thought he was royalty. That was the most amazing thing. That was the most amazing thing there. All right, let's get over here. So, anyways, this place, Sokoblovsky Farms, was a fake site. And make myself small. There we go. Let me maybe blow this up a little bit. Make it easier for you guys to read the. Oh, there we go. That's going to work. Make it easier for you guys to read the text and maybe see the pictures. There we go. Okay. This, the Journal for Petite Lap Giraffe Sciences. And I don't know if you've ever seen the commercial that DirecTV, local cable company here in Southern California, maybe you guys have DirecTV, or you might have seen the commercial. There's a Russian guy. Hello, Robert Fithen. That's funny. So this guy, he was, there was a video where this Russian guy, he was saying, "Oh, opulence, I has it. I am so rich," and all this stuff. And he's going on and on. And he had these miniature giraffes. And I found this site a couple years ago on the 4th of July. Yeah, this is some clips from the. So anyways, there's these miniature giraffes, and it says here's some pics from the farm where they have, stuff that's obviously photoshopped. This is Vladimir, the bull, the cow Reina, and Lana, and they had a waiting list, and it has all this stuff about behaviors and their stuffed animals and toys and stuff, and just how to train your giraffe, proper care and stuff, and stuffed animal and litter box training. It's just all the stuff, and there's a waiting list. You can't hear me. Oh, yeah. There's no. It's just pictures mostly. There's no more video. It's just that one thing. So, but anyways, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I think I'm coming through okay. I hope I'm coming through okay. You can't hear the video. It's just images. There's no video. So where was it now? Behavior. Oh, well. So, but anyways, the sound is good. All right, thanks. Yeah. So, anyways, there was a site that had like a waiting list, and I put our name in there. I knew it was a joke, but I just thought it was funny. So I put our name on the waiting list, and I did a screenshot and I posted to Facebook. I said, "I'm so excited to get our new pet. It just kind of sucks. We have to wait like the 6 or 8 months or whatever it was." People are like, "What are you getting?" I said, "Oh, we're gonna get a miniature giraffe." And they're like, "No way. That must have been expensive." I go, "Yeah, but it's so cool. It was worth it. I said we can make payments on it and stuff. So it'll be, it'll be something we can work out." People are like, What? And then when they found out that it was fake, oh man, people were so angry. Oh man, I can't even tell you how angry people were. They just, I think I might have lost about 3 or 4 friends over that little joke. Oh, I mean, I had family members just like, everybody was upset. Hello, Miss You. How are you? Hello, Robert Fithen. Yeah, it was just, it was just crazy. People just, they just, I don't know, you just can't take a joke sometimes or something. It was just, people just get upset for nothing. So this year I didn't do anything for April Fools. I had lots of things I could have done. I've always had lots of ideas of stuff to do, even as a kid. There are some things I wanted to do, but I just, for whatever reason, I was never allowed to do it. Just, or be having ADHD, I'd have an idea and then I would like be onto something else right away. One thing I thought about doing as a kid is making up like some fake yard sale signs with arrows, but just have the people go in a block, like just circle the block. I think the worst we ever did was we called a Pizza Hut and gave the guy a number. One of my friends did. And he gave like a house number that was like in between the 2 numbers. So the poor guy was driving up the street, back down the street and take off real frustrated. And then about 2 minutes later, come back and start looking around. So it was pretty bad. Hello, Nathan. Yeah, everybody should have a miniature emotional support giraffe. But yeah, that website was something else. Oh, I did. I'll share it again. There we go. There we go. But yeah, it was good fun. But some people just, I don't know. You can do all kinds of stuff to prank people. Robert, where you been, Robert? It's Friday night. Party! Where's he been? I don't know where he been. He's been around. He's in here. So yeah, that was it. So, other than that, I had a couple people off this week, so it's been a pretty busy week. But here we are tonight, talking about stuff, learning about how Jurassic Park. I heard an interesting story earlier that Jurassic Park was based on a true story. Do I remember the pet rock? Yes, I wanted a pet rock, even though I knew it was fake. My friend had one. And yeah. Ever done the tour? Yes and no on the bag on fire prank. Yes and no. I don't know. Even as a kid, I had like certain things. I'm like, that's just too much. So rather than putting dog crap in a bag or anything like that, I found the next best possibly thing I thought would be the best thing was stewed tomatoes. Why I thought of stewed tomatoes, but anyways, got a paper sack, put the stewed tomatoes in there, took them to just a couple blocks away where I didn't know the people, and I tried lighting the bag on fire, but in the meantime of carrying some tomatoes in this paper bag, all the tomato juice from the stewed tomatoes had soaked into the bag, and the bag turned into a sponge, so the whole thing was just soaked and would not light on fire. Yeah, yeah. Oh no. Sorry to hear that. Wow. That's not good. Hopefully you're not pranking me. I believe that to be true though. There was Pet Rock. Your son has a pet rock. There you go. He just randomly picked up a rock on your walk, and now it's his rock. Hey, rock on. Rock on. Oh, man. Rock on. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Nathan. That's rough. Yeah. Oh, he says it's true. Yeah. Yeah, sorry to hear that. That makes for not a fun day. Radiator's all messed up and car's all messed up, and it's not like the wild boars carry insurance or anything like that. So hopefully that won't be too expensive. Hopefully something easy to fix. Oh, you're fine. You're going slow. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's got to be pretty interesting to always have to be on guard against things running out in front of you. All these wild animals come out in front of you and try to attack your car. That's never fun. You're going slow. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, glad you weren't going fast. I've heard stories and seen pictures where people have taken out, especially in the northern parts of the states here and into Canada. Sometimes people run into they will run into moose, caribou, deer, and some people actually died hitting deers, and sometimes the deers walked away, but not always. So it's better adopt than buy. Many unwanted rocks need homes. Never pay a rock breeder. That is true. All right. You've only seen wild pig in Texas? Yep. But yeah, it's always better to adopt. Oh, you guys have water buffalo too. Wow. Yeah, that's a much bigger problem. That is a much bigger problem. Oh, wow, I can't even imagine. Here we just have to watch out for cats and dogs and the occasional child running across the street. Sometimes adults trying to run across the street, you got to watch for them too. It's just, I don't know. People should know better. Animals, you can't really help it. So you just kind of keep an eye out for everybody and try not to run over anybody, I guess. That's what I always do. We are at Friday already. It is already Friday. This week is just like, it's gone by really fast. Really fast. Hello, Rico Suave. So, every once in a while, I like to go online and order some stuff for myself that was kind of from when I was growing up that makes me feel better. Yep, Nathan is from the Northern Territory of Australia. Australia is a place where you go and the animals try to kill you. That's what I've heard people say. They've got the biggest snakes, the longest snakes, the biggest spiders, and the hungriest bugs or something like that. It's already Saturday in Georgia. So anyways, I picked this up. This came to me in the mail. This was from a band that I used to listen to a long time ago. I've got one of their records, and I think compilation CD that has a couple of their songs on it and some other stuff. This was a band called the Circle Jerks. And, you see the guy, he's like, some people say skanking, some people said he's like, he's trying to open up the pit, but they did a good job with it. They recreated it as pretty close as they could. He's got his spikes and all that good stuff back from the good old punk rock days. Deadliest bugs. That's right. Deadly bugs. Got to be a Joey to survive the wilds here. So, and what else did I get the other day? And it was funny because I got that. I got this, and at the same time, I ordered this 7-inch single by Poison Ivy the guitar player from the Cramps. It's on the red vinyl. Ooh, so nice. So you got the red vinyl. I got that. And then I got a classic. My friend had it, but I never had it. And it was really cheap, so I got Black Flag, My War. And this is kind of, you can kind of tell when it's from because that's supposed to be Reagan there. That's how old this record is. It's supposed to be Reagan on the cover. But anyways, I got this, the 7-inch, and this guy here. I got scared when it came because I have stuff come to my work, and I'm jumping all over the place. I got ADHD. I apologize. I've said that many times, but it's true. But anyways, one of the guys got the box from the mailman, and the box, no joke, was like about this big, is like about a 16 by 18 by 18 size box. And he's like, "What on earth did you order?" I'm like, I don't know. I was legit scared. I was really, really scared. I'm like, the size of this box and the records, I'm like, what did I buy? I'm like, that's got to be at least $300 that's in that box. You almost got that tattooed on your arm when you're 17, My War? Yeah. So, so anyways, I open up the box, and this guy here, he was in a little tiny box, about so big. Well, he's a little bit bigger than this, with some brown craft paper. And then the actual records that I got, were in this. Some people like to call these pizza boxes because they look like a pizza box. But this had those two records in it, and this was in another box on top. But to make sure, you can see, like, my hands aren't like Shaq O'Neal size hands or anything, but you can kind of see it's not really it's not really that big of a box. It was kind of overkill, but shipping, I think, since they did it media mail, it'd take me about half hour to get to the place if I picked it up in person. So instead I waited, and it took about 2 weeks to get in the mail. And I think even though it was a giant box, I think it still ended up being like about $6 for shipping, which wasn't too bad. It's a lot cheaper than gas. It is a whole lot cheaper than gas, but yeah. My War. So it's a good album, and some people argue, okay, got itchy nose, allergies, apologize. Some people argue, I don't like that era of Black Flag. That was Henry Rollins. He wasn't the original guy in the band. And yeah, there's other singers in the band, all of them. I liked all of them. All of them were great. But my introduction to punk rock was Angry Samoans and this record right here. My friends had them. I never had them. If I wanted to listen to them, I'd go to their house and listen to them. So, but that was, Henry Rollins, who does a lot of spoken. Yeah, he does spoken words. I was like going to say speaking, spoken. I can't even. English is hard. Words is hard sometimes. But yeah, Henry Rollins is the singer on that one. He does a lot of spoken word stuff. He had a band in the early 2000s, Rollins Band. I got a couple of their CDs. But, for me, Henry Rollins was Black Flag. Everyone's like, oh, yeah. But, I appreciate the other singers who go, oh, I don't like Henry. He ruined the band. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Teach their own, right? Not everybody likes the same thing everybody else likes. That's why record stores stay in business, because they have a variety of stuff to offer. Not just one size fits all. Because if everybody liked the same thing, there wouldn't be stacks of Adele records or stacks of Garth Brooks every time I go to Walmart. It's like, they're close to us. So it's like I pop in there and I look. Sometimes they had some okay stuff. I was surprised the one by me actually had a reissue of Up on the Downstroke by Parliament. I didn't get it when I was there. I thought about getting it, and then I left, and then I came back, and it was gone. So yeah, I do like Parliament. It's kind of funny because I started listening to like a lot of different. I mean, I've always been into music ever since I can remember. My family not so much, but I was always drawn to the radio. Some kids like watching TV and cartoons and stuff. I liked reading and listening to music. That was my two big things. But yeah, I was like, so I listened to just about everything. So people are surprised. Oh, you like them? So yeah. But it's like I actually discovered Parliament through Red Hot Chili Peppers of all things. From their early stuff like Freaky Styley, the Uplift Mofo Party Plan, the stuff with the other guitar player, Hillel, before John got into the band and they really broke and stuff. And, I was listening to Faith No More and some of the, the funk metal and the funk stuff. And I like that stuff. And when I'd always listen to a band, I'm like, okay, what are their influences? And I'd go back and check out their influences and discover new music that I hadn't heard before. So it's like pretty awesome. Not me, but the discovery process of all that. So, okay. Yeah. Des Cadena years too. Yeah. Rollins band, Black Flag. Yeah. Keith Morris. Yeah. Keith Morris went on to do Circle Jerks, right? Is that the same Keith, I think? He's doing Off. I heard they had a new one coming out. I didn't know when it was coming out, but it came out yesterday. Yeah, Bootsy. Yeah, Mrs. Frog likes Bootsy. It's so much fun. Yeah, Parliament Funkadelic, Eddie Hazel, all that stuff. The Maggot Brain. It's all that stuff. I mean, the first thing I heard by George Clinton was the song Atomic Dog. And for whatever reason, I'm like, that's pretty cool. I was into like metal. I still am, but I was like, listen to metal, and I hear Atomic Dog, and I'm like asking somebody I worked. I go, what is that? He goes, oh, that's George Clinton. I go, wow, that's pretty cool. The coolest thing, what I think is like personally the coolest thing about music is it transcends so many barriers, whether it's social, economic things, skin color, your background, language even. It's like I worked at this factory one time, and I was probably maybe 10-25% of the people there who spoke English. Everybody else there spoke Spanish. I didn't know any Spanish. There'd be a couple people translate, but I shared a lot of tapes and CDs that I had with some of the people that were there, and it was like, and I got used to listening to a lot of mariachi, and I got where I could pick out some of the bands, and it's just like, you learn to appreciate culture, and it's just like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of metal artists were influenced by Parliament and Funkadelic. They just the overall tightness of the sound and just you can't sit down and listen to Parliament Funkadelic. It's not one of those bands you go, okay, I'm gonna listen to I'm gonna listen to some Parliament, and I'm just gonna put on the headphones. I'm just gonna relax. Nah, you're up, you're moving, you're doing something. You get your booty moving. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of music out there that gets you moving. There's some music that there's music that you can listen to when you just want to chill out. You want to chillax. As I heard some of the younger people, some of them younger kids say you like to chillax. You just like to relax and chill out. You find some stuff that that you like to listen to and just kind of relax. Other times you listen to stuff that kind of pumps you up. And that's all good too. Pay no attention to the phone behind the curtain. There's all kinds of stuff. Music is what makes the world go round. I know the world would be a boring place without music. And I know music has influenced so many people in so many different ways. Whether it's picking up an instrument yourself, making a movie, doing sculpture, doing painting, you name it. It seems like it's always been there. Rage. When you want to rage, there's music for that. or is that Rage Against the Machine? So yeah, sometimes like somebody brought up like the Elvis videos I used to do and stuff back in the day. There was one that I did where the guy himself was complaining. He went to Arizona and he was complaining about the octane of the gas. And one of the things I did was he was looking for some stuff. Wait, oh, if you're upset at something, rage. Okay, that kind of rage. Yeah, music bridges the generation gap. It most definitely does. It truly, truly, truly does. Like I said, I like a lot of different types of music. I like a lot of the big band stuff. A lot of the Gene Krupa, Benny Goodman, some of that. I mean, all that stuff. People are, that's some people that were like my age, even as when I was in my teens stuff. Go, why are you listening to that? Because you can pick out different things. You can hear the rhythms. You can hear how the different instruments are playing the different parts. Because I play guitar so not very well, but it's like sometimes if I'm trying to play a chord that's really hard to play, sometimes it takes two people playing different parts of that chord to make one full chord. And you'd hear that in a lot of the bands. You have one instrument's playing one section, another instrument's playing another section, and bring them all together and just get a big, full, massive sound. And like I shared before, one of the first records I bought with my first paycheck when I was 15, my very first job setting up tables at a yacht club, I brought home Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman. And I was living with my grandma and my grandpa at the time. And my grandpa used to sing barbershop quartet, so I'd go watch him and stuff. And he saw it and he goes, "Oh, okay." Didn't think anything about it. My grandma was like looking at it kind of weird because the cover's, it's Ozzy and he's all bloody and stuff. And she's like, "What's that?" So she was kind of curious and wanted to hear it. So I put it on and let her hear it. And she's like, okay, didn't really think that much about it until I played the actual song Diary of a Madman. She's like, "That's classical music." I go, "Yeah." She goes, no, that's, so she's like, starts telling me about all this classical stuff and starts moving around. So yeah. So no, she really liked that song. I was like blown away. Here's my grandma like it Ozzy Osbourne. But she was just amazed, and she thought that was a great album. Then it just led to other things. Yeah, Randy Rhoads was a huge influence on me. The reason I picked up the guitar. I heard Jimi Hendrix when I was about 9. I was just amazed, and I'm like, how does that guy get the sounds and stuff? And I was into it, but hearing Randy, that inspired me to search out a guitar of my very own and learn how to play. Show my pick with Kathy. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if I can find it now. Oh, okay. I went out to the. Why am I doing that? It's late. I apologize. Anyways, I went out to the cemetery where Randy is buried, and I had my picture taken with his sister. Very sweet lady. Talked to her a little bit. Talked to her husband. Pretty nice guy. And I'm not finding it. So downloads. I am not seeing it. Okay. I'm not seeing it. I don't know what I did with it now. Oh, it's on your Insta. Oh, okay. So, all right, let me find it. Let me find it on the Instagram. Is it on your Insta or my Insta? I don't know. I apologize. I should be better organizing this. I am not. go. There we go. There we go. Oh, it is on yours, huh? I thought it was on mine, but I guess it's on yours. Let me see here. Okay, I apologize. She's got a lot of pictures on here. Okay, I thought it was like close to the top. I know where it is. I know where it is. Let's just go here. Let's just go to Facebook. Then I posted it there. What's that? She's saying something. 20 minutes later, it's in the second row. All right, I passed right by it. 20 minutes later. Oh man, what am I doing here? All right. There we go. Oh, there it is. I passed right by it. I'm totally sorry. Sorry about that. All right. Arthur's here. He's here. All right, let me share this real quick. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this was on the 19th, just a couple weeks ago. This is the 40th anniversary of Randy Rhoads passing away, so I went out and went there. Like I said, met his sister. Very nice lady. There's a crypt just over in San Bernardino. It's really, really close to where I'm at. So glad I got a chance to do that. Sorry about the delay there. It took me forever to find it. It was pretty cool. It was very important. I went out there a couple days before, about 3 or 4 years ago. I put a video on my old YouTube channel doing that. And by popular demand, it is Arthur. Arthur the asthmatic werewolf. Oh, there we go. Well, they did a big thing. They do every year. A bunch of people gather and stuff, and she was there and just sharing memories and stuff. And they have a winery, and they have wine with his picture on it and stuff. Oh, you're welcome, miss you. I know you appreciate the ASMR with Arthur. Oh, but yeah, they do a thing out there every year, and his sister was there. I actually, it was on a Saturday night, streamed, and then I went to bed at like 6 or 7, and I had some things I was going to do, and I'm like, I'd like to go there, but I don't know. It's just like, so I ended up going, and I went. It was like 2 in the afternoon. I'm like, I'll just go there, pay my respects by myself. And she was there, and some other people were there. So I, talked to her, and she was like super nice. she was so happy that to see everybody there, and she's still really blown away of the amount of impact that her brother had on so many people. It was cool. Yeah, she's like super nice. Tiny though. You could tell by the picture. I mean, she was like really tiny, but Randy was a small guy too. So yeah. Arthur, yeah. He's a good guy. The Arthur. Keep saying he's going to show up one of these days on Pilmer's noise thing. But yeah, he's great. Yeah, she talks to her fans on Instagram and stuff, and it's pretty cool. She shares a lot of pictures of Randy growing up. Right, we look at like people like Randy Rhoads and other people like these big rock stars and stuff, and she's got like home pictures and stuff, and you're just like, well, that's pretty cool. You know, you see, kind of behind the scenes when everything's taken away, and just regular guy living his life and doing stuff, and unfortunately passed away way too soon. But yeah, that was it. It was nice. It was nice and enjoyable. And like I said, I wasn't planning on going there. Everybody's there was wearing Aussie shirts and stuff, and this one guy was wearing an Iron Maiden Trooper shirt. Yeah, that was me. I wasn't planning on seeing anybody there. I just go, I'm just going to go there, pay my respects. And it's like right by the entrance. When you pull in, it's like, oh, okay. Well, here I am. And this one dude, it was funny. He kept coming up to me and he's all, Maiden, and doing the fist bump. Maiden! He did that about 4 times. I was there maybe just about an hour. But it was pretty funny. It was nice to pay respects. And everybody was really respectful, and everybody was kind of sharing memories and stuff. So yeah, yeah. I wasn't planning on going, but it was just like it was. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I felt bad after that. Yeah, so it's like whatever. But nobody held it against me. Nobody's like, no, that's right. Oh, hello. Oh man. Yeah, he was 25 and went up with the bus driver and was gonna get some aerial shots, and the bus driver was just messing around, clipped the van or the bus they were in, and thing did a cartwheel and crashed. It's a rough story. Hopefully everybody went quickly. Hate to think of anybody really suffering like that. So yep. Good job, Johnny. Oh man. I have some interesting people come in my chats with some funny names sometimes. They just say hello. Oh man, that's pretty funny. That is too good. But yeah, I gotta start making some more videos. I've been lazy. I've just been doing live streams. I stopped doing the Elvis videos a while back. Then there was this other guy, Rich Life. I was doing videos of him. And then I just got bored with that. And then there's some other people I was going to parody, and then just like, I don't know. It was just easy for me. I just get an idea and I just like, okay, let's flesh this out and let's do it. And, me and Mrs. Frog will sit down and we'll say, okay, one of us will go, here's the idea. And then we flesh it out, whether it's something as simple as changing the lyrics to a popular song to make it fit the situation, or just going all out, imitating the guy and doing things. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It was fun. I enjoyed it. So I'll probably get back into doing some more stuff. Learn how to do green screen and using lights and actual green screen fabric, and I actually have a suit. I actually have two of them. I bought it and then I gained a little bit of weight, so I got too snug. So I had to find a better suit that would fit. So I do have that. But then, yeah, in case you guys are interested, yeah, I've started dieting in July, lost about 17, 18 pounds, and put a little bit of that back on. So I got to get more disciplined in what I do and lose some more weight. So I've kept a lot of it off. I think I put about 10 pounds back on. So the water bugs, yeah, Star gave them birth. And you got all your uppers pulled. Okay. Saw your uppers and lowers pulled. Yeah. Yeah. We just go, hey, well, the guy would be traveling somewhere and we go, well, here's a scenario. Okay. The guy's going to go to the dentist. Okay. What's going to happen? So we put him in a dive place to get his teeth worked on. Another time, he said he was having some car issues, so I had him broken down by the side of the road, acting like he knew how to fix his car, and he had like the wrong tools. And just, all those videos are out there. There's another one where I had a puppet involved, and he stole the puppet man's parking space, and that led into some green screen stuff. Seems like everything always leads into stuff. always leads into just, I don't know, just weird stuff. Sometimes I get ideas, and sometimes I think the videos are going to go better than they do. And then other times I'll do one, I go, that was probably the worst thing I did. That didn't go over so well. And the ones that go over that I think were flops get a lot more views. The ones that I thought should have got more views, just, I don't know. It's, people are fickle, I guess. I don't know. It's just like whatever,
So what's up?
So yeah, what you gonna do, right? Oh yeah. I've heard of that one, but yeah, I'm sure it's a good parody, but yeah, I'm not gonna go there because yeah. I was gonna do Tiger King. That's right. I was gonna do Tiger King, but then I'm talking about teeth. All right. Yeah, I was gonna do Tiger King, wasn't I? Let's see here.
It must be really slow.
I was gonna do Tiger King. Yeah, that's what I said, right?
Newsweek, because everybody's all up in arms now because I wrote a letter to my hero, Donald Trump, Mr. Trump. I voted for him, even though I was running myself, and I knew that he had a better chance to win, so I politely just kind of backed out so I could focus on running my zoo. And, I wrote him a letter to just kind of let him know that, I don't really belong in here. I've been falsely accused. I shouldn't be in here like an animal in this cage. I only like to put my animals in cages just to protect them from hurting themselves and hurting the good people who come to my zoo all the time. But my parents, my life, everything I've worked and slaved so hard for has been stolen from me.
All right, that's enough of that. Oh, that's enough of that. Shameless plug there. Yeah, just so what else? That's about it, really. So yeah, I've bought stuff on Amazon a while back. I think I did share Bill my drum set that I bought that time. That was a big mistake. Bought an electronic drum set from Facebook Marketplace and ended up getting a toy drum set. That was good. Oh man, somebody got me. They pranked me pretty good, like April Fool's joke. They saw me coming. They definitely saw me coming. And then let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Let's do this. Hello, Charlie. How's it going? So yeah, this guy, he was living in his van or was RV or something, and then he said he didn't have roaches in there. He had water beetles, so figured he needed a friend. So I just
And the water beetles and stuff. Well, I know why everybody's got to keep talking about me all the time. You want to see what I got here? You want to see what old Rich Life has? I got a friend. It's nice to have a friend. Hey, buddy. Buddy, where are you? I just saw you run into the Cheez-It box. There he is. So you hear the trolls? They're calling you a cockroach. They said you're German or Oriental. I told them you're just a water bug. You don't look German nor Chinese. That gets me all worried up. What do you think about that? Yeah, I get you mad too, huh? You want to go get some Taco Bell? All right, well, let me get my shoes on and we'll go get you some Taco Bell. Where are you going? Come back over here. Hey, buddy, I said we're going to go to Taco Bell. There you go back and eating Cheez-Its?
Hey, what's going on, Ron?
how's it going? There we go. So what's new?
never know what you're gonna find on the internet nowadays.
Yeah. 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 Doing videos and stuff though. He's been playing. Oh, okay. That must be you played music or something. Okay. Thought I heard something in the background. All right.
This weekend. Aiden, can you hear me? Am I too loud?
No, I can hear you. You're kind of cutting in and out. It's like 1 minute you'll come through clear, the next minute you're talking, but your lips are moving, but nothing's coming out.
Yeah, my internet kind of works like that. I'm sorry to tell you that much.
Yeah.
I can
all right.
if you want.
Yeah, it is what it is. We just make the best of it.
I'll go away. It's just me and you. It's not like we're disturbing anyone, are we?
No, no.
You know what I mean, man? Cheers.
Yeah. So how you been?
I'm doing well, thanks. Doing well, man. Doing well, man. Just got myself a new job. Fucking
good.
doing straight night shifts. Yeah, doing straight night shifts now.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm not flip-flopping in between days and nights and fucking up my sleep pattern and dealing with all this bullshit. It's good, man. I like it, man.
Yeah, if you have a regular schedule, you can plan stuff around, yeah.
I have a lot less stress in my life right now. It's good. I'm happy. Happy
That's
again,
good.
man. It's good.
That's important. That's definitely important.
Yeah. Well, for sure, man.
Yeah, I worked nights for about 13 years. I'm working days, change jobs and stuff, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But I had
Yeah,
one
exactly.
job where I worked 13.
It all depends on where you are in your life. Whether you are like if I had young kids, there's no way I'd want to work nights. You know what I mean? But I'm not at that stage now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Time is up for essence, and I really don't like fucking people in the first place. So the less people that I have to see, the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was nice.
If suits aren't walking around looking over my shoulder, then I'm a happy Chad,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked for a steel place and worked graveyard for about 13 years, and there was the lead guy and then just two of us on the floor, and we'd work together if we needed to, and then other times he'd be at one end of the place, I'm at the other end. I forget how much, it was almost 1 million square feet this property was, so it was like it was almost like you were there by yourself. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's fast. Yeah, it's massive. I'm in like a 70,000 square foot building.
Yeah.
But it's pretty tightly crammed, and it's dangerous, man. Like, you're picking up steel with a homeowner. How it swings, and you really got to pay into the center balance of things.
Yeah.
And just be careful what the fuck you're doing, man. So, that's the important part. You got to have your wits in your head, man. You got to check it straight. So,
oh yeah.
I like a little danger, don't you? Danger's good, man.
Yeah, keeps you on your toes.
It does, man. Danger and fear. It teaches us humility, really. It makes us feel alive and makes us know that we're alive. you have to be conscious and aware of your surroundings and everything that
Yeah.
you do, and just be fucking safe when you're doing it. You know,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
this might be strange coming from me. Like everybody knows me as a fucking big old drunk, but I'm not necessarily that guy all the time. You know, like.
Mhm.
I'm somewhat responsible for 8 hours of the day, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. What you do off work's your business, and you just keep your wits about you when you're at work, and everything's fine.
yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. It ain't life if you ain't having fun. I don't, you know?
Yeah. Lisa says hi. Miss you
So
said
what
hi.
are you going to spend
Lots-
tonight? Anything good?
I don't know if anybody else is coming up here. I threw the link in a few times, and I don't know. People just have stuff going on, I guess. I hear there's supposed to be a couple record shows this weekend, swap meets or
Okay.
something.
And where are you again? And I know you told me
I'm in
this.
California. I'm in Riverside area of California. So
Oh, okay. You're right in the heart of it all, eh? The Mecca. That's kind of cool, man. Like,
kind of.
you must have such good accessibility to vinyl. Like, I'm Canadian, so when I go record shopping in the States, it's like Christmas every day. It's like
Yeah.
shit that you just didn't see and
Yeah.
you don't find, you don't come up there.
Mhm.
It's awesome, man. And it boils down to the population and how much stuff is around.
Mhm.
It's really cool. I wish we had that kind of shit up here, but it's not to that extreme by an extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. So what else is good in your world?
Just taking things one day at a time. That's about it. I've been busy. Yeah.
Let's talk about today for instance. What made you smile today?
Oh, just knowing that I'm alive, knowing that my family's okay.
Man, no, but I'm talking specifically. Was there an instance that made you crack up and smile and crack a smile today by any means? You know what I mean? Somebody
I'm
make you laugh? Or,
I'm generally a pretty happy guy, so
no,
there's
not
nothing
me too.
really. There's nothing really in particular that stands out that just you know. And sometimes when things get stressful, I always try to find the humor in things too. So it's like,
Oh, you always got to find humor in things, man.
yeah,
Humor,
yeah,
humor in yourself, humor in life, humor in other people's, man. You know,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I I tell you, I live in such a bubble. I don't watch the news, and I went up to get smokes today and going to go shopping, which I haven't gone to the store for a week. I've just gone back and forth to work and did nothing of the sort. And I'm like, what? Like, you're not wearing a mask. Do I not have to wear a mask? And they're like, no, like the mandate's been lifted. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, really? So, like, I don't have to wear a mask anymore. And I didn't even
Mhm.
know that. Like, that's how much of a bubble I live in, man. I just thought everything was still the way that it was
Yeah,
because
we've been
news
doing it for
didn't
so
tell me
long.
anything different,
Yeah,
man. So that's what made me smile. And that's why I kind of asked this question. And
yeah.
that's what made me smile the most. Is like, and when she said that, I pulled down my mask and I said, "Oh, so we're allowed to see people smile again?" You know?
Mhm. Yeah.
It just brought like a warm feeling to my heart. See people smile again. It's been a long time coming, man. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Long time, man.
So yeah, hopefully we're gonna be back to getting closer to being back to normal for whatever that is. Back to doing things. Yeah, I'm masking up. Yeah, I still wear my mask. I just so I'm still doing all this stuff because my wife has health issues and I don't want to even just the idea of bringing something home to make her sick. It's just not
Oh,
good.
for
So
sure, man. Hey, I'm not knocking being careful, and that was the
yeah,
whole reason. I was. If it helps other people, I'll wear a mask. If you want
yeah,
me to wear a mask, not a problem. But
What's up? Everybody's
other
still
than
up.
that, you know what I mean?
mm.
Oh, good morning, Charlie. How you doing?
Oh,
Can you
it's
hear me?
probably me. I'll get kicked out. Anyhow, man, it was great seeing you.
That was good seeing you
If I
too.
fade
Yeah.
away,
All right.
what's
He's just
shaking,
listening.
Dusty?
Hanging out, man. Friday night. Having a quiet Friday night though this week. Not drinking or anything. So I had a couple of seltzers. That's about it. But that's not a man's drink. Hi, it's
Hey, it's
you. How you
okay.
doing?
You don't always have to drink to have fun.
No.
I've reached that in my life where that's
Hmm.
okay, But it's
Yeah.
Friday for me. I didn't drink all week. Kind of
Hmm.
giving her tonight. You know what I mean?
You know, party time. What happened to Fifth? And I saw he was in here earlier. I was like, oh damn, that party animal.
I
He was
thought he
St.
was coming
Patrick's
up.
streaming.
Yeah.
I thought too. I was waiting to see. I was like, oh, I turned around. And I went ahead and I fixed myself a little sandwich and
Oh,
I
there
came
you
back
go.
down. I was like, oh, where's Fifth in at, man? I'm all Fifth and gets up. It's gonna be a party. I'm gonna have to jump up there. I was like, oh, okay. Charlie's up there, man. That's a
Charlie's
party.
up
Got to
here.
jump up
It's a
there.
party. Yeah. Yeah. Charlie's up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just doing the
Charlie.
monologue thing, waiting for anybody to show up. It happens sometimes. Sometimes I'll just be on here and it's like there's a link in there and people are just like, I don't want to be I don't know. Sometimes people don't want to be the first one to come up or
Mm-hmm.
they think they're imposing or something. It's just like, if I didn't want you up here, I wouldn't put the link out. Just
Your
like,
link means come and join me. Come and join me. Come and join
come
me.
join me. It
Lisa,
doesn't
are
have
you
to be
still
the
out
hot
there? I
dog
see you
show.
in the. I see Lisa in the gallery.
I see her.
She's
She's
still
out
up.
there.
She's still
Yeah.
up. She's still creeping. Still up, just creeping.
So, yeah. So you said you
Hey,
Hey,
almost
you.
got
Oh, I'm sorry.
good?
No, I'm fine. Okay, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to say you were going to get this as a tattoo?
Yeah, when I was 17, I thought it was pretty cool because I was way into Black Flag. Black Flag was like one of my main bands.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was into the whole SST thing. I was into the Black Flag. I was into Minutemen.
Oh, yeah.
Husker Du. I was into everything that was SST.
Mm.
And yeah, so I almost got that. I was gonna get that tattooed on one arm, and I was gonna get everything went black on the other arm, which was
Oh,
the
okay.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
scissors.
The cheers. Yeah.
And I think the whole thing that set it off was I had this friend Joe Mason, who unfortunately is not with us anymore. He passed away, but he had the process of weeding out on one
Oh,
of his arms.
okay.
I always thought it was fucking badass with the 4 bars,
Yeah.
and stuff. And I just always thought it was cool. So yeah, I was gonna get the. Oh, what's that tattoo of Charlie? I can kind of make it out. Okay. Okay, what's that actually of Charlie?
it's a silly logo on my foot, man.
Ah, okay.
Steal your face. I don't know how.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
It's upside
Okay.
down.
You can make it out.
Down.
I just
All
wish I
right.
could lift my
can't
foot
do
like
shit,
that.
man.
I just wish I could lift
Anyhow,
my
man,
foot like that, man.
Yeah.
I can't lift my
that's
foot
a
like that
tight
anymore. I
spot.
need to lose some weight.
The foot tattoos, man, that fucking hurts like hell, man. I'll tell you that much.
Oh
You
yeah, man.
get,
You gotta have real balls to get a tat on the foot. I've heard
On the
that.
foot. Yeah. I heard the
That the
foot
foot
and the ribs
hurts.
are the worst. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard the
every
foot.
day I walk with the dead. That's how much I love the Grateful Dead. Is every day I walk with the dead. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's like fuck, that.
you're
That's
really into
how
jam bands,
fucking
huh, Charlie?
that I am, Dusty. That I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna
You're
lie
into
to
like,
you.
yeah, I know you're into like the Dead, Widespread Panic, a lot of those
Mm.
jam bands.
For sure, man. I go my top five that I listen to nowadays is
Mm-hmm.
in no particular order. Panic, Dead, JGB,
Mm-hmm.
Allman Brothers, Neil Young, and I probably rounded out with some Little Feat. That's what's in my general rotation of my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And some Mule, man, for sure. And how the fuck could I forget some Government Mule, man? Fuck yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
Now
I
you know what?
do a lot
I've
of
never
good.
heard Government Mule, so unfortunately, I mean, I know it's a freaking to some people
Why
they
not?
consider that sacrilege. I've never heard them, which I understand, but yeah, I gotta like start listening to some jam bands like Government Mule, some Widespread Panic. I gotta start and then like start listening to it,
Dude,
checking it out.
do yourself a favor, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Like music truly is subjective, and they are cover bands to a certain extent, where they play a lot
Mm-hmm.
of covers, but they play covers of good kind of obscure tunes that you
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily hear. And they
Yeah.
turn a little different take on it, and they make it their own. It's not note for note kind of cover, you know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
teach their own, man. Fuck, I just like to smile and be happy. So
Oh,
that's why I
yeah.
listen to jam bands. You know, as opposed to listening like there's people out there that listen to fucking a lot of death metal and emo and that shit, whether
Mm-hmm.
they're happy to or
Mhm.
teach your own. That's the kind of I just would take a left turn when that comes on. You know, I'd go do
Like me,
something else.
if you look through my record collection, I mean, there's so much freaking My Chemical Romance, freaking Joy Division, Bauhaus. It's all dark, but I'm a fucking cheerful person. So it's like people are like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh, because I'm always happy. I'm always laughing. I'm always smiling." And it's like,
Mm.
but my fucking records are so dark. People are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Christian Death, Sisters of Mercy. They're all, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's my
It's just,
balance, my yin and my yang."
it's just what you like. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah, it's
listen
my
to a
yin and
lot
my
of
yang.
metal. I listen to a lot of
It's
punk.
just
I mean, then I have times where I listen to Jethro Tull. Pick this up at a
Nice.
yard sale. Has like all the color pictures and stuff in here.
Oh, that's
It's a
nice.
double album. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I paid like $2 for it, so the records are
and
no big
it's
deal.
the front too. The cover's still kind of fuzzy on it.
Yeah, the cover's kind of fuzzy.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's OG. Yeah, I have a copy of them too, man. It's nice.
Yeah,
It's a good album, man.
it is a
Solid.
good album. There's a lot of good songs on there, and I got Aqualung too. And then what else I got here?
Yeah, you're right,
I listen to a
VNK.
lot of
You're
different
right, Vinyl
things.
Kicks. Can't be happy all the time. Can't be happy all
Pretenders.
the
This is
time.
a good one too. I got the
That is a
original one.
really good freaking album.
Yeah, I
I got that
actually,
on CD, I think, like a month ago for like $1.
yeah, I picked this
But,
up for
hmm
$5 at the
hmm
record store I deal with. So
damn good deal.
they always take good care of me over there. So
Now, you were saying you just picked up My War? Not recently?
yeah,
And how much did you pay for that one?
My War I paid $20 for.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, that's good.
I
Hmm.
think I'm not sure if it's original or reissued. I'm not sure.
If it's original, you got a hell of a deal. The reissues are going for about that. Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
the originals are going for more. I think they're going for like maybe 40.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's a reissue. It says 1984, then right underneath it says 2020. So
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, you did right then.
yeah, so
The only thing I
so
like
good.
about those SST remasters is they never, I mean, those reissues, they didn't remaster them. They're still raw the way they originally were. It's just they repressed them.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Oh,
So they didn't do any
I got a
tinkering.
quick side question here, Dusty. Were
Hmm.
you like a comic collector?
You know, I dabbled in it. I wasn't a major comic collector. I think for a while there I collect like Spawn and a couple of things like that. But no, when I was young, not really, no. But I did know a lot of it because I had a lot of friends around me who were comic book collectors. Hmm.
Eddie
Oh,
Hazel.
Okay.
nice.
All right.
Yeah, it's Eddie Hazel
Nice.
from Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, yeah, like Vinyl
Does this
Sane. What's that?
does this record store you go to, do they have like a web page or like a website that
They
they sell
do.
from?
They do. Oh yeah, yeah.
I gotta
Doctor
check it out. 'Cause
Strange
there's been a
Records.
couple of times there's a couple of times in the past you had mentioned some other records that I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I want to check that
They've
out.
got a bunch of stuff they can order stuff, and that's the one I was telling you
Hmm.
about. They live stream every Wednesday and Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific
Oh,
time,
okay.
and you watch a video. And if you're in there and you see something you want, you call, like if you wanted, like say this, you just gotta
Hmm.
type in the chat dibs my war and try to be the first one, and then they'll put off to the side, and then you call later on, give me your information, they ship it out to you. They do media mail, so it
Nice.
takes about a week and a half to 2 weeks to get it, but
Hmm. Yeah, it's about the norm. Yeah,
it's
it's
about the
about the norm
norm.
for most
Yeah,
record stores.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So it's pretty
Miss U
cool.
said Link. Miss U wants to
Link,
come up. Are we actually going to see Miss U?
are we gonna see Miss You?
Uh, th-
I've always been amazed
See,
and
you
wanted
know
to.
why Misu's coming up? Because I accepted her friend request. I would actually love to meet Miss You.
I
That would
would
make
too.
my
I mean, she's always been a
night.
voice in the
That
peanut
would make
gallery.
me smile twice. That would
She's
make
always
me
been a voice in the
smile
peanut gallery,
twice
so I think
today.
that'd be. Oh, she said no, not for me. Oh.
Oh,
Okay, well, okay, well. Hey, Miss You. Before I left Mikey, I friend requested you. I accepted your friend request. Okay, so we're kind of internet friends now. I'm sorry that we've never met face to face, or I don't know your real name. But you know,
oh,
I you're like a blind buy. I went out on a whim. I'm like, this Miss You, she seems all right. She asked me a friend request, and nobody asked me for a friend request. Like, nobody wants to be
Hmm.
fucking Charlie's friend, I'll tell you that much. So I said, sure. Okay, after the second request, because the first time I was grabbing a beer and taking a leak, and she's like, how come how come you didn't accept my friend request, kind of deal? Not in that tone, but I'm like, well, this is what I'm doing and what have you. So, yeah, all right. Anyhow,
We would have like
yeah.
made history if she would have like popped up. Everybody would have been like, Miss U was on
I
freaking
know.
on Hop Frog stream last
I got
night. They would have been like,
excited.
really?
Really? Wow.
She
Oh,
pop
that's bad.
she's real? And be like, yeah, she's real.
She's real.
I've seen what
I,
I'm one of the few that's seen what she looks like.
okay. Okay.
Oh.
Here's a personal question, Lexi. Is she actually a she? Like,
Um,
is Miss You a woman?
I'm assuming. She did say that she has children, but that doesn't mean she necessarily has to be a woman. You know,
Hmm.
but
Well,
does it
Miss
matter? We
You let her.
love her personality.
She calls herself Miss You, so leads me to believe
Hmm.
that she's a woman.
That's what she identifies as. So,
All right.
and she said,
Okay. I'll
yes,
play
she
along.
is a woman. She is a woman. So
Alright.
we will go ahead and move. And she's.
Pauline.
There we go. There's a Discogs for
Hmm.
them too. So,
Oh, they have a Discogs page also.
oh
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
they've got Instagram, they've got Discogs, they got a regular website.
Miss, you said, yes, I am a woman. I am all woman. Hear me roar. She said, you're funny, Usty Ins. You know how that started? Nick Pantazzi actually started that. and like some people they go like, well, what the hell is it? Like every time we come into a room, me, her, and Nick, we'll go, hey, what's up, Ick and Tazzy, and what's up, is you, and she'll say, what's up, Usty Ins, because Nick, I mean, I don't know if he was high or something, but he started typing in her name, and he kept on putting Miss Isu. He kept on missing like first letters for like an hour. He was
Well,
missing
no,
the
it's not
letter,
his fault. It's spelled correctly, man. Miss EWE is a tough word to actually spell because it
Well,
always,
yeah, it could be. Yeah.
your spell check spells it into some different fucking word that it doesn't exist. So you have to focus and concentrate into that word and put it out. So it's not necessarily Nick's fault, man. Don't throw Nick under the bus is what I'm saying.
Nah, man, I love Nick to death. Nick is like my homie.
Nick's a good guy.
I love Nick.
I also think Nick was probably a little high and a little type slowy kind of deal. You know how that works. The equilibrium of the whole typey mind body finger thingy goes.
He was a little bit relaxed, probably a little bit more left than right brain, probably at the moment. At the moment, it's cool. It's cool. I get with it.
I'm not a who am I to say, man? Why the fuck am I even sticking up for Nick in the first place?
Because you like him. He's a nice guy, man. Nick's a nice guy.
Man.
Like Miss you said there, she said, "Yeah, Ick is a homie."
He's the only guy who's got shittier internet than I do. Fuck, I love Nick.
Like me, I have problems sometimes. Like, oh, hey, what's up, Mr. Pilmer? Good morning. No, what ends up happening with me a lot of the time is I'll turn around and I'll be like, watching the TV, and I'll go ahead and have my phone, and I'll be in the peanut gallery, but I have these big old sausage fingers because look at fat boy fingers. So I like sometimes type the wrong thing too. I'm like, oh, trying to type big old fat thumbs, and I misspell a bunch of words. I'm like, oh, my Stay Puft hands. Whoa. It happens all the time. So, man, I totally understand. Nick P is definitely one of the coolest cats of the VC. He sent me an X record for free without charging me for it that I actually needed for my collection because I didn't have See How We Are. And I had one, but it was kind of like beat up, but it was the only one I could find at the time. It's kind of like a placeholder. I was like, okay, better than nothing copy. And he had one that was sealed. And I was like, shit, from 1987. And he sent it to me, and I was the first one to open it. I was like, yes. Yes. See, even Michael Pilmer's like, Jen, you. Everybody gets excited with Miss You.
Hey, I got a question for both you guys. You're both living in California. You're both on the West Coast.
Yeah.
How much money do you guys spend per month on vinyl? And I won't tell you. I won't tell your wives.
Hello, Sapphire.
Hello, Sapphire Blue. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Hanging in there. We're about to actually answer a question to Charlie. He wanted to ask us, me and Hop Frog, since we're in California, how much we spend per month on records. And we were about to give up that answer, but I think Dave was being kind of like hesitant to actually say it. But okay, I'll say it. Me, I probably spend, I only stay in usually around a couple of $100 to $300 depending. Like right now I am kind of going nuts because it's tax time. So yeah, but usually within the $200 to $300 range.
Per month? Wow, man, that's fucking heavy, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. How about you, Dave? You want to answer that question?
I don't know. It depends. I probably spend about $60 a month, I'd say. I try to be consistent, so. That's right.
Hello?
He's the fifth. He's a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth. There are many amendments in the Constitution. I plead the fifth. Oh, Miss Sapphire, where'd you go?
I'm set on part two, Dave. And it depends on where you are and what you're going to. Like if you're at a yard sale or if you're actually shopping or if it's record day. Are you going to drop a lot of cash today? Then the next month you kind of lay low and you don't buy something for a while. You know what I mean? That's how I
That's
am.
what's gonna say. It kind of varies. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of varies. I mean, like I said, there's some months could be more. I could probably go above that some months, and then the next month not buy anything.
There she is.
You know. But like, then we have someone like Groovy Lisa. Ooh, that girl. Holy shit. She like spreads the bug of shopping because she will get on and her and Anthony, they're fucking horrible for you because they'll get on and they'll show you this, show you that. You're like, when did that come out? I didn't know that came out. And they're like, oh, that came out last week. Watch, go to the website. It's right here. And next thing you know, you're fucking ordering it. So they're horrible for it. Horrible for it.
Well, see, that's a rabbit hole I've never gone down. I've never ordered anything, any product online. And I try and stay to not do that because it's kind of like fucking TV infomercials back in the day where you want to buy shit aimlessly. Like, sure, there's a lot of stuff out there that I'd like to buy, but can I afford it? No, I can't. The joy for me in record collecting is flipping through a bin and finding a little something here and picking up something that, oh, here, this is with that or that. You know what I mean? That's what I collect. I'm not one of your. I'm not an audiophile by any means. I don't have a killer fucking system. Like I'm not those guys that critique stuff. Am I a collector? Do I like music? I'm certainly that fucking guy. You know, like I'm sitting. I have a modest collection. I probably have 2,000 albums. But
That's
100.
Damn good sized collection there, Charlie.
Probably. Probably
I've seen you pull out some prime pieces though. Definitely.
1,000 or so CDs and I don't know, maybe a couple hundred tapes, 400 or 500 tapes. Like those are the physical means that I collect, and I collect as I get older stuff that I actually fucking listen to and want to play, as opposed to just sit on the shelf, kind of, oh, that looks pretty, or this new reissue came out. And I'm not that kind of guy. If I've already got an OG, just because you remaster it and you slap the MoFi label on it, I'm not gonna buy it again unless I really fucking pick that album. Like, I don't have a MoFi album in my whole collection. Call me a cheap fucking bastard. I don't care. And what it is, you know what I mean?
Bless your heart.
I don't necessarily have that ear that trains to it has to be this precise version by any means. You know, I'm just not that fella. But you know, teach your own, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Definitely get where you're coming from. You know.
Okay.
You know, just.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yes. Okay. So, is a vinyl a record or not?
A vinyl is a record. I mean, basically, it's a vinyl record. I mean, we'll end up trying to say, do you have that on vinyl? Which means, do you have it on record, of course. We do not say vinyls, which is something, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. If somebody says vinyls, I'm like, oh, okay, I mean, that means plural. But some people will have a freaking cow. Vinyls, that's vinyl is the plural word for it.
Yes.
Yeah, me, I don't give a shit what people say, you know. You say vinyls.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so if you say vinyls, I'll be like, okay, you're saying multiple, right?
Yes. I came on Hot Frogs the other day and I accidentally say a vinyl. And they said, no, it's a record. It was this. It was that. Remember Hot Frogs?
I think that was Paulina who said that. Yeah.
I don't know who said it.
It's just.
It was like,
she could get
oh my
particular
Lord.
sometimes.
Well, that's a funny thing. There's a lot of slang terms for records.
Yes. Yes, it is.
LP, long play.
Yeah.
You can call it vinyl, you can call them a record, you can call it licorice pizza, you can call it whatever you want, man. Just slap that needle and fucking phone your ears off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
There you go.
Hey, I never looked at it as an LP.
Mhm.
oh no,
Seriously. No, I never did. I knew vinyls and records, but I never really looked at it as an LP.
Yeah, stands for
Mhm.
long play.
it's a short form of saying it too. If you're just
Mhm.
typing it, an LP is an LP, and blah blah blah. But in my world, LP is also a short form for propane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it could be. No,
Yeah.
it could be. Yeah.
who
I understand what you're
knows what
saying.
LP really means, man? LP can mean a lot of fucking things, So
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
new thing that the kids are saying now too. Down there, if you look at what Miss U was saying in the peanut gallery, she said "rekkid," which is REKKID. That's what the kids are saying nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know if
got
that's
me
a
a record.
TikTok thing. I don't know if it's a TikTok thing or whatever,
I
but
have no clue. But I'm
Mhm.
learning all this stuff and an LP. Okay, that's great.
Or they'll
But
Mhm.
call 'em wax. They used to call them wax back in the 90s.
oh
Mhm.
wow,
Got
yeah.
some new tracks and we're putting them on wax. Yeah,
Mhm.
boy! Kicking the face. Flavor Flav.
I think I was discussing this the other day on my stream. We were talking about how the name album came about, why they call them albums. And it's because back in the old days, they used to sell them, of course, in 78s. The albums would come in like photo albums, and you ended up having like maybe 5 78s, and that would be the album. They would call it an album because it was in a photo album type book. So now, I guess they call them albums because it's all the songs, but they're only on one LP, which I think Columbia was the first company to actually make an LP long play where they put all the songs on one record, pressed it all to one record.
Well,
But
let me ask you this:
mhm,
when the Mexico people,
mhm,
the Latin American, they
mhm.
started doing their LPs. Was that your people, whatever you're calling Universal, or was it something else?
Oh, you mean the company I'm referring to,
Yes,
or no,
Colombia.
no, 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 not. You're thinking of the country of Colombia now. No, Columbia was the name of the actual record company, Columbia.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah, that was the name of the record company. They were the first company, I think, that I could be wrong. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people that argue about it or
yes.
whatever, but
They
I'm just
do.
saying from what my limited information is, I believe they were the first company to take multiple tracks and put them on the same piece of vinyl and put
Yes,
them on what they
but
called a long play.
when Mexican people came
Hmm.
out and started doing their Latin American stuff, it
Hmm.
wasn't the Colombian or whatever. It was something else.
Oh, you're
If
talking about like
I
the first record company that brought the music over, or?
uh, I don't know.
Hmm.
I seen Universal and I've seen other people
Hmm.
do it, but I forgot what the Latin American were.
Because I'm looking on Google, there's a Disco
Uh-huh.
Peerless essay, which I think South America probably says it was
Uh-huh.
Mexico's first major record producing and manufacturing firm.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay. Okay.
Peerless,
All
well,
right.
they got Peerless Records was a label Mexico founded in 1921. So
No, no. I'm just saying, like, oh, I forgot.
No problem. We
I have a
got
question
time.
for
when
you
I
for
Uh-huh.
Sapphire Blue. Can I ask Sapphire Blue a quick question? Hey,
Sure.
Sapphire, are you talking
Yes.
on your ass?
What?
Yeah, I thought so. Are you talking out of your ass, man? Like,
no, she's not. She's
what's
No,
going
she's
on?
not. She's asking
The things that
Charlie.
she's just asking
you
questions.
don't even
She's
have
just
Charlie.
to
asking an honest question.
come up with.
Asking serious questions. So
She's asking serious
Okay, man.
questions.
Yes.
She she has a serious question. She wants an answer to, and we're trying to figure it out for her,
Yes.
there, Charlie.
When the Latin
Hmm.
American, because I know a lot of Mexican
Hmm.
people, they came out with some records back then, and they were popular.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm asking. It wasn't Columbia. It was not Universal. It was other people, but I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what they were under.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
thing is that you end up having a lot of companies that were like there was like lesser labels, smaller labels, but what they usually did was they would end up making all these smaller labels, but those smaller labels would depend on the bigger labels for distribution. So you would have a lot of labels that were smaller, but they would still go to Universal and Columbia for the major distribution throughout the United States. So I understand what you're saying. Yeah, they would come over and there would be smaller labels that
Yes,
would record most of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Columbia and Universal were still the big. Even then, they were big, and MCA too. So.
I think it was MCA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They would be out there and they
Yeah.
would actually go ahead and they would do distribution more than anything else. They
Right.
would sign
Right.
these like contracts with smaller labels.
Yes. There you go. That's where it came from.
Okay. Yeah, and Vinyl Kick said in the side chat that American labels would release Latin music into American stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, there was a time where they would actually color code them. Actually, Bobby Gass, I think, did a video on it not too long ago. I think maybe last week, where he was talking about the 45s, where they used to color like code them. So you would have like red would be country, blue would be rock, green would be like world music, which would be like Latin music, like she was saying, or whatever other music, world music, and then I think purple was like gospel or something of that sort.
What year was that?
So. That was probably like maybe during the 40s, I think. Maybe like the 40s, early 50s.
Well, I mean, I had a lot of 45s. My mom did. She collected records and the big ones. And, I mean, we really didn't take it serious. But I don't remember the labels.
There was a lot of different ones, though. There was a lot of them that were fly-by-night, where they would go ahead, they would come to a town with their recording equipment, they would find a couple of talented people, they would go ahead and record a couple of 45s, and they'd release them. And maybe they only released maybe like 5 or 6 45s in their whole repertoire. That was their whole catalog. So I mean, there was so many. Then you had big ones like Verve and Decca and Delphi. There was so many. I mean, I couldn't even fathom trying to like know every single one that's ever come out. So
you're geeking out pretty good though, Dusty. Like I'm fucking lost. Like I find you guys start geeking out on labels a lot. What is the best pressing? This is the highest end, man. It kind of it perturbs me a touch. I guess I'd say not that I'm angry. You can be you. You can do you whatever. But like the thing with the VC sometimes that bothers me is that they nitpick about this label and that label and that, and that's great that you know that much knowledge and that sort of pressing. I'm just perhaps I don't belong because I don't have that high end table and whatnot, and I don't. My ears don't work as well as your ears. But I still fuck music. It's just weird.
I mean,
I get all weird when you guys get all geeky like that, man. You know what I mean?
Like me, I'm in no way an audiophile. Like, there's lots of people that are audiophiles where they could hear nuances and different things in like vinyl recording stuff that I will never hear. Unfortunately, And the thing is that I understand what you're saying, Charlie. The thing is that there's a lot of people in the vinyl community who want to be elitist and they have no humility and they don't want to be humble at all. So they're very elitist, and I mean, I try not being elitist. If you don't know that knowledge, well, then ask me. I'll tell you. I'm not going to be like, you don't know that, Jesus. What's wrong with you?
It's nice
what are
to
you
know
doing
that.
Here?
It's nice to know the history of where the records came from and stuff. It's just But as far as nitpicking, you got to have this or that one. That no, but if it's like you see how certain groups from the East and what their labels were and seeing the history of what labels were incorporated. Like Sony took over a bunch of different companies, and I know EMI was a big corporation and stuff, and had all these little independent companies that they eventually went and kind of absorbed into their own body. It's kind of interesting to see that, like Sun Records, and see all the early artists that went into that little tiny studio. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go there. I've seen videos of people going into Sun Records. It's basically a museum.
Yeah.
Is what I've seen now.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. And I know someone was telling me like back in the day they used to have like diners and stuff that you could go into, and some of them have like a little spot you could bring your guitar or harmonica or whatever and record a song right there in the restaurant. You pay like $1 or whatever it was, and you walk home with a shellac to take home and play on your gramophone. It's like,
what do you call it? Jack White actually has one of those in Third Man Records in Detroit. He has one of those where you're able to step into the booth, one of those old time machines where you're able to step in the booth and record a song and turn it into a 45 record. He has one of those, and I think he's actually had a couple of like big artists record 45s on there, and of course he's turned around and repressed them and sold them for whatever shitload of money he does, because that's what Third Man does. But
yeah,
Where's that at?
I think that's in Detroit. Yeah, it's in Detroit. I was in Michigan.
Hey,
yeah.
Hot Frog, ain't that where Yeah Man is?
I believe so. Yeah.
So maybe maybe he could go and look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna. That's on my bucket list. I'm eventually gonna get there one day and get over there because I want to see the pressing plant, because they do tours of the pressing plant and everything, where you can go in there and you could actually. They have it where you could walk in and say, "I want this specific record," and they will press it there while you're walking along the line, watching them press it.
Wow.
And then give it to you at the end of the line. So, yeah, I just always thought that'd be like cool to see.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Actually, Paulina, there you go. The recording booth is at the Nashville location of Third Man. So Nashville. Location.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
I think Nashville location is also where they did the fastest records.
Beer tours, like brewery tours, but I've never done a record pressing tour, and that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
And especially in this day and age, the people that are what's the word? Rediscovering vinyl, I guess, is how it would describe it. I think it would be a great, not necessarily, for lack of a better word, tourist word. That I think that would be wonderful. Like if I could share that experience walking through a record plant, I would do that for $20 any day. You know what I mean?
Right. Most definitely.
I drop 20. I'm sure to do that. That's fucking pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
it's like
right now, like
yeah, it would be.
Yeah, because Jack White right now is actually, I mean, a lot of people credit him with the resurgence of vinyl, even though it was happening before he did his thing. I mean, he was definitely someone who, helped. He did help bring it back, but I don't necessarily think he was like the only catalyst in bringing it back. It was already coming back already.
Yeah.
But I do think he gave it that little boost, But the thing is, he's always been a good salesman.
Yeah.
So I think he's always been a good marketer too. So, but there's a lot of. I love Jack White and I hate him. I have a love-hate relationship with him because I love the man's music, but I hate the way he fucking markets shit. Like the whole McCartney 3 thing pissed me off. There was so many fucking variants. I was like, come on, this is ridiculous. And Jack White did the same thing. It's hard to collect him because if you're a completist, you'll never get everything.
Yeah.
Because he has like so many vaults and.
Okay, let me ask you this: on all these new record players that are coming out, okay, those needles, when they go out, they go out. Is there a replacement for them?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Okay, well, I have like a 1980s record player. Okay. So, how do I replace the needle?
See, now that's a very good question because for every turntable is different.
What is it, and what your needle is? Research it. There, Sapphire. All you got to do is internet it. You put in what system you have, what turntable you have, what needle you are, and go from there. You can figure it out.
Okay. Well, no. One thing I had a problem with, let me ask you this.
What are you with the internet?
Huh?
I said, don't argue with the internet. Just type in your fucking production model and
Hang
go from there. And
Well, Charlie. I mean, the thing is, it
He's
seems like
asking
it's
a
a little
question.
bit. It's a little bit more confusing, probably further than that,
Yeah.
Charlie. I mean,
that's
some
fucking
people,
confusing, man. I'll show you fucking confusing, man. Come on, it's not that hard now.
Charlie, stop being so belligerent now, Charlie.
Calm down.
Being nice.
Calm down.
Belligerent, man. I'm being fucking. That's all you gotta
Okay.
do, man.
Okay, well, I'll go on the internet and I'll just do my motherfucking research. There you go.
No, the best thing to do, Sapphire, actually,
No.
would be like, it's like take a
Really?
picture of it, like take a picture of like the cartridge or whatever, and maybe like show Hot Frog or
No,
show me
I
or
don't
somebody.
think it's a cartridge. I think it's just some kind of little thing that comes out of that thing. I don't know.
Hang on.
Yeah, because you would actually have to see whether or not it's like on
Right.
a head shell, or it's like kind of like have to see those things before.
I
you,
know
like, say-
those
There's some where you were
plastic.
just able to swap out the stylus, so
No, remember it's those plastic little thingies, and they come out with like some feather stuff.
Mhm.
And it.
Oh,
that
it actually has
thing-
like a little feather thing on it.
Yeah, those little things on the end of it. I mean, it's maybe a 70s
Oh,
kind of
then it might
shit.
be something a little bit more high end then, because
Yes.
usually if it was 70s or 80s, a turntable that had like the little stylus that would have the little the brush on the side
Yeah.
meant that it was
Yeah.
a cartridge. It had a
There
head
you
shell on
go.
it.
Yeah, so I have no clue.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because usually this is what they call the tone arm here, and usually on the end there's a cartridge that I'll make myself a little bit bigger here.
Okay. No, you know those turntables that you have two speakers on the bottom?
Yeah, the little suitcase ones.
Not really a suitcase ones. It was
Hey,
two
You guys are
speakers.
too fucking
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
I need to take a picture of it and I'll send it to you, Hot Frog.
Okay, that'd be good. That'd be good
Yes,
to
and you will understand. No, this is more modern.
do. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I'm way before your time on that.
Oh no, this one I picked this up like last week. This is a modern one. But the
yeah.
red thing there is the cartridge that holds the needle, and usually those you can just take a small flat blade screwdriver and carefully work them out and pop the other one in, depending on what it is. But it just
Oh, no.
just send me a
I'm-
picture. Send me a picture. I'll do some research on it for you.
Yes.
I'll help you out. If
When
I
you
don't
see
know,
it-
I'll
When
see
when
you
you
figure
see
it out.
it, it
Yeah.
is amazing. It's like vintage stuff. It's like, I mean, it'll blow your mind. You're gonna be like, "Oh my God, goodness! This is some old timey shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy actually on YouTube. He's called I Buy Old Records, and he has like some of these really old vintage like turntables from like the late 40s, early 50s. Like that he said they used to use them for like sock
Yes.
hops, square dances, and stuff like that. But these things look like they're built like tanks. It looks like if you picked up one of these and like hit somebody over the head with it, you would kill them. It's like huge. So yeah, I mean, tone arm's as big as my arm, and I got fat arms. So it's like you're putting that on a record. You're like, oh yeah, that's on a record.
Remember those 8-track cassettes?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And then you had to go rewind them or go fix it.
Mhm.
Okay, we had. I know I have the. It's like a little speaker,
Mhm.
and then you put the cartridge on the side, and then you have to press it. It was like a bomb.
Really?
Yes, it was like a red thing, and then you had to push the top of it to change the music or the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, okay, we got that. Clunk, clunk, clunk. And then it would eat the tape. It was like, we can't hear Hank Williams no more.
I know one of the things that I was going to get into is I was going to get into the 8-tracks. I was going to get into collecting them, but then I learned that even if you bought new sealed 8-track albums, you still have to take them out and change the pads. And it's like every single tape that you
Yeah.
got had to
There's a
have this
lot of
repair
maintenance.
job done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of maintenance. It just didn't seem like it was like a hobby that I was going to be that excited about,
Yeah.
especially since I already collect sets. You know, I want to go reel to reel sometime in the next year,
No,
but
you
I'm
don't.
still kind of like, yeah, I've heard that's really fucking expensive. You're right. I've heard
They're
it's really expensive.
they're a pain in the neck too to use. It's like my dad used to have a reel to reel, and I would just mess around and record myself playing guitar on like the left channel, and then solo over the right channel, and just trying to thread the thing through the thing. It was like it'd start playing, and the tape would break, and you have to either splice it or just cut it off and throw all that stuff away. Then you're cleaning the rollers and everything with Q-tips and isopropyl
Oh, yeah.
alcohol. You spend more time cleaning and setting the thing up. You actually using it. I'm just like, yeah, forget it.
Was it
There's
that
a
like?
gentleman who's in the. Oh, I'm
Was
sorry.
it
Go ahead,
that?
Sapphire.
Was it that like the Atari or the what was it? Those games we used to play. You had to put a Q-tip in it. Nintendo Switch. Nintendo.
Yeah, the
Those were
early
Nintendo NES.
You had to
People
put
used
a
to blow on 'em.
Q-tip.
Yeah.
Or put.
People blow on 'em, they put the Q-tip in there with the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely wanted to go into the reel to reel. But then again, there's another gentleman who's on in the VC who's called. He has a channel called Harry's Music Room.
Yeah.
And I've seen him on, like, you know, he's been on, like, Rachel's stream before and stuff like that. He's been on a couple of different streams. He was on my stream the other day. He was talking to James. But I saw that in his setup, he's really into reel-to-reel. So he has a lot of reel-to-reels. And he does a lot of his own albums. He makes a lot of his own albums. He puts them on reel-to-reel from vinyl and stuff. But even he's kind of like, you know, it's a lot of freaking work. You know, he's like, you really got to love it. You really got to love your music in order to do it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I've heard sometimes some of the sound quality can be amazing, but, you know, especially when you start getting to those masters, you know, those master, yeah, that it can get a lot, it can get pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Somebody say real
to real.
Of course,
I
yeah.
just pull out a whole bunch, like, oh,
There we go.
Look at that, man.
that's a
That's
Fostex.
nice.
That's a more modern one, though, isn't it?
That's
They're,
a real
Paulina?
Oh yeah,
That's modern
this is like 1, 2 reel to reels I have. Another one I have up here. It's 8-track reel to reel, and
Oh wow.
I agree. It's like when you record onto these, it's like the sound quality is really really amazing. It's like I'm just blown away. Like, you know, because I've mixed things onto this a few times, and I'm just like, wow, it's Sonic's is amazing.
You
Yeah.
put those on CDs or what?
Yeah, well, I could run it from my computer, from this to my computer, or could, if I want to mix, I could run my computer into this, and then just
Burn
do
it.
like a mix down onto reel to reel of what I'm working on.
Oh,
'Cause I
okay.
do have a recording program on my computer that I could just, like, you know, mix everything and, you know, so and I'm glad to get this, because if I want to one day put all my stuff onto vinyl, all I have to do is just mix down onto tape and then send it to the company, and they take it off of a tape master instead of a digital master.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for them to go from analog to go ahead and cut it, too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To master it and cut it, so.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a lot
and-
cleaner
and
when they go to cut it.
And that was
Okay.
my question for Paulina was, do you cut your stuff at all? Do you splice it and put it together like the way Zappa used to do? Or are you not
wish
that
I did.
extreme?
I wish I had the talent to do that. I know that I could do it because I've done it before on regular cassette tapes. When I was little, I used to just things and then trying to listen to it and trying to, like, write down where that part is and then cut up my sections.
I got you.
But when I mix down onto tape, all I have to do is with the recording program, just do the cutting right there, and then that edit will be onto the tape.
So basically,
go
you do a
away-
mix down,
it'd
you
go from
encode
there.
it, and then you run it onto the tape.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I would love to
It,
learn
it
to.
must
I want to learn to do that on tape, you know, as well. 'Cause I've seen how they do it. Because I would I like watching that home movies of Genesis making the Genesis album, the Mama album,
Mhm.
and you can see
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Padgham like doing like an edit, and then just by looking at him and seeing like how he'll take the machine and put the tapes right in the two different spot, then
Mm-hmm.
just
Mhm.
um, make a mark onto the tape, and then do another section and do like another mark, and then the splicing is like I was like, oh my god, I feel like I could do that, and I probably
Physically
could too.
manipulating it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, instead of like digitally doing it, like physically,
yeah.
hands-on manipulating the tape.
So I guess that's where they see that's where they separate the men from the boys, is if you could do
Mm-hmm.
that. Even though I think now that term is like that's like separates the real music professionals from the amateurs. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like that is like a that's still like a talent that like if you got today, then you're basically like the shit. You could do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're the bomb.
Yeah, because nowadays, I mean, everything like you, everything's digital. I mean, people end up doing this thing where they go ahead and they record track by track by track. They go ahead and they build it up like it's a pyramid, and then they mix it all down. But they're able to take things out, and you're able to go ahead and like this. Oh, I kind of want to do this, and then you just go ahead and loop it instead of like doing it over and over again.
But
You know what I
Like
mean? It's
that
like that's what
TikTok.
they do. They goes repeat.
even with doing it
Yeah.
on a computer, it does take like a lot of skill because that's where your ear training
Mm-hmm.
really does come in handy because then you really want to make sure that when you're doing an edit that everything just really syncs up because I've done like a few
Mhm.
edits of certain bands that I liked and I will be like okay well I like a section from this version but then I like this other section from this other version so I will like
Uh-huh.
splice things out take and then make like my own kind of edits and then when you play it
Yeah.
back you cannot notice that an edit was done it just cleanly goes through
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, I wasn't doing anything where I was like doing anything where I was recording music, but what I was doing was I was going into broadcasting. We were doing those commercials where you do like those bumpers and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we used to have to do them like section by section. We had to like do all these special effects, and when we were like, "Oh my dude," do all the freaking sound effects and stuff. We used to go ahead, we like piece it by piece, and then mix it all down, and we'd have to put them on carts of all things, carts, because I mean. We're talking this like the year 2000, 2001, and they were still like sticking stuff on cards. I was like, wow, they said it's the most reliable format there is for radio.
It's like
I mean,
more
now
like
if you walk into
how
a
they
radio
look like
station,
an
it's all
8-track.
digital. But
Yeah.
we were just discussing 8-track. That I was saying that I wanted to get into 8-track at one time, but I saw how like almost every 8-track you buy nowadays, you have to like repair it, and then on top of that, you do have to have upkeep of it after that. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, as long as you properly store it when you're done with it, then you
Mhm.
should be okay. I think that's always been like a lot of people's problems back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Is like, people play either their 8-tracks or cassette tapes or records, and they'll just leave it out once they're done and play another record, and then that
Yeah.
record goes to the elements because it's not put
Mhm.
back in its thing. So a lot of people they get lazy back then. I feel like once we got into like the late 70s, early 80s, people are really to pay attention to like their records and be like, okay, when I'm done playing it, I'm putting it back in its thing. That's why 80s records, if you find one out in the wild, like in used bins, they still look really nice because people were really taking care of them back then.
Yeah, because that's actually where I got my name. I created my channel name. It's like Dusty Spin's supposed to be when you get all dusty going through the bins. You know how you get the dirty fingers? And Dusty Spins,
yeah.
that's what it was supposed to be. Well, finding old records and taking them home, cleaning them and playing them and getting your fingers dirty, Dusty Spins. Because people were like, oh, where'd you get your name from? But I was like, yeah.
For a moment, when you're talking about 8-tracks, you
Mhm.
you know the fella you need to seek out. The fella you need to seek out is Mr. Bizarro. Aaron, he
Oh, yeah.
he is very knowledgeable on his 8-tracks and what have you. He'll answer any
He collects
question
them.
you
Mhm.
know, and he's just a deep sound good fella. I don't make shout outs to people about anything, but you guys are talking 8-tracks, and that
Mhm.
guy is cat's ass of fucking 8 tracks, man. And it's fucking solid, solid.
By the way, shameless plug. Tomorrow, actually, Mr. Bizarro is doing the Hydra show. He's doing it with him and Dead Wax and John Bip Bop Boom, and I think they're having a special guest. So it's
Oh,
going to be
cool.
a four-headed Hydra show tomorrow. I think
Four-headed
it's tomorrow
Hydra.
at 6. Yeah, four-headed Hydra. It's going to be at 6 o'clock, I think.
Very nice.
Yes,
O'clock our time, I think.
yeah, exactly. So you guys know Aaron as well. You know exactly what I'm
Oh, yeah.
talking about.
Mhm.
He is the fucking 8-track aficionado of the VC.
Mhm.
If there even is a fucking beat up hold of a VC community, which I don't think there really is, but whatever. You know what I mean? That gets
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they call it the VC, but it's like we pretty much in
It's the
collecting every
music
format there
community.
is. You know, we talk CDs, we talk 8 tracks, we talk reel to reel, we talk vinyl, we talk all formats. We even talk MP3s and stuff. So it's like, so
Well,
it's like, yeah, we cover everything.
well, and here's the thing. I don't even have a channel, but you guys all know me. You know,
Oh yeah.
I've been out there for the last couple of years, and it's a good, essentially good group of people, man. You know, I might get a little ornery every now and then, but that's him. But at the start of the day and at the end of the day, it's all these people, man. So you know,
Oh, yeah,
you gotta
definitely.
take the good with the bad, man. And if you don't, you change the fucking channel. It's as simple as that's the way
Yeah,
I
if you
see
don't
it.
like what you're seeing, just go ahead and the thing is like about this section of the VC is like if you don't like it, there's always somebody having a stream. Go to the next stream.
Yeah.
There's always somebody having a stream. And if none of us are streaming, Mason always is. So there you go.
Okay. Can I ask a question to the person on the right or
Sure,
the
that's
left?
Paulina.
Paulina. Yes, she was talking about CDs, not CDs, records, vinyls, whatever you're calling them, 8 tracks, all that stuff, and how people weren't taking care of them. And the elements got to them, and they're all messed up. I agree with you because we have a lot of them, and there's no way to restore them. So I do agree with what you say that there's negligence in that part.
Well, I mean, there's
Uh,
negligence. I think in anything people collect. There could be negligence.
No, but nowadays the younger people, they don't care.
Well, I think the younger people are also into immediate satisfaction more than our generation
that's
was.
not true. I don't think
So.
that that's a fair statement to say that younger people don't care. I'm an old guy, and I don't think that's a fair statement that younger people don't care. Younger people fucking care.
Actually, I wouldn't say. Wait a second, Charlie. I wouldn't say they don't care. I would just say that it's just not a priority for them. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's not a
But I wouldn't
priority.
say. I wouldn't say they don't care. It's just physical media is just not a priority for them.
Or
You know?
they're not like thoroughly knowledgeable on it. For instance, it's like I think that once the CD era came in, it was a thing where if you just like put a CD around, like okay, no big deal. Like oh, there's a scratch on it. It's laser. Like laser will not fix. It's not. It's not gonna skip or anything, but it will skip. And so everybody realized, oh my
Eventually.
god, it's like CDs
Yep.
are as vulnerable as vinyl is, the same as cassette tapes were as well. People would think like, oh, cassette tape is like it's tape, it'll last long, but no, that will get chewed up if you don't properly put it away. And I think people also started to realize that even MP3s are a vulnerable format too, because an MP3 will decay as time goes by. It will get corrupted to the point that it will start having like these kind of weird sounds that sounds like bubbles are popping up out of the sound. So
Hard drives
I
start
think
to decay after a while. They start to degrade. Yeah, definitely.
so. Anything is vulnerable. I think when it comes to physical media, I think that if it's properly taken care of, it could last for years.
Oh,
But the thing, like I was saying about the kids nowadays, is like I said, I don't think that they put physical media as a priority, being that they have the whole immediate satisfaction thing going on, which is something that we didn't have. I mean, I hate to sound like that old man, like, you freaking pants, but it's true. It's like they don't realize what it was like if you had a favorite band to have to sit there and wait and see if maybe they played their music video. You might get lucky; they might play it throughout the day. Now they just
no,
go to
the
YouTube,
kids,
boom, pull it
the
right up.
kids,
So
but the kids nowadays, they really don't give a shit. Come on now. I mean, honestly, I have
I
young generation, and they don't
look,
give a shit.
I completely disagree with this blue. I popped by to see my brother this evening, man, and my niece, who's a 17-year-old, has probably got 500 albums, which is fucking solid for a 17-year-old. A lot of depth and a lot of good stuff. And his dad would just, shaking his head, saying that it's a bad hobby to get into. And I'm like, it's not a bad hobby to get into at all, man. If anything, you should embrace it and encourage it, as opposed to shy away from that kind of shit, man. Like, I think it was fucking beautiful, man. Fucking baffled by this fucking mentality, man.
that is freaking awesome. But the things you have to understand, Charlie, is that it's awesome that she's a fucking record collector. That's fucking really special. But she's the exception, not necessarily the rule when it comes to younger kids. Yeah, which is a shame because I mean, I remember back in my days when we were kids. You remember, Charlie? Everybody had LPs. We all went to each other's houses with our LPs and listened to them. Now they just pull up their phones. There's like, you hear this?
Yeah,
No,
sure, man.
but what's sad is, bless your heart on that stuff, Charlie. But nowadays, all these children are into electronics and everything, and they have Spotify. And they just go look.
You can't pigeonhole them all in one.
What?
You can't pigeonhole them all in one category. That all youth are locked up in social media. That's not true.
No, well, of course it's not true, Charlie. But the thing is, the argument is, it's true that they aren't all, but a good number of them are. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not all. We're not saying blanket statement.
Okay,
But a
Charlie.
good number are.
No, but Charlie, you're bringing your people, your children, grandchildren, whatever, aunt, nieces, nephews, and you're showing them what really is down home music. And you play the guitar, the fiddle, the harmonica, all that stuff, and you're teaching them good stuff. Like over here down in the South, we teach them the accordion, the cornet, and we do some heavy metal Mexican music. So you teach them with what is it? Instruments.
Yes. Well, the arts are very important worldwide. Worldwide. Worldwide, the arts, entertainment, and teaching children music is a very beautiful thing.
Yes.
It's irrelevant where you come from. Whether you teach them a stick and a drum or a trombone or a set of drums or guitar. Music is the essential cure of this earth, man. That you know, it's essentially free. Makes people happy,
Yeah.
and it has no barriers, no no incognitions, no judgmental aspects to it. It doesn't matter your color, your creed, your height, status. It's just goddamn music. Does it make you feel good or not?
Hmm.
Do my ears like it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what will essentially bring this human race back to where it should be.
Hmm.
Right. But it's also up to the parents and every, adult to teach these children.
No, I don't necessarily agree with you there, man. Like,
You
but
don't?
no, not at all, man. If I listen to my parents, I still listen to fucking Billy Joel.
But I mean, the thing is, like, when it comes to like carrying on record collecting and being into music and whatever, I understand what she's trying to
Tradition.
say. She's trying to say you kind of like gotta pass that torch on the having a
Yes.
love of music.
That's
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yes.
it's going to be your
that's what my
music.
dad did to me.
It's
It's
going
like
to be your type of music. But
he passed a torch to me as
Mhm.
Yes.
a Beatles collector. Is like everything that I've ever learned from music actually came from my dad, and
Right.
my appreciation for Beatles memorabilia, records, cassette tapes, and everything all stem from what I've learned from my
Even
father, and all
okay,
that
but
stuff is
if
precious to
but
me.
if it wasn't from your father or nobody, it would from an aunt, an uncle, or just a
Hmm.
pastor, a neighbor, somebody,
Hmm.
somebody teaching you.
I certainly agree with that aspect. Whether it's you're at a young age and somebody hands you a handful of fucking vinyl and it changes your life, which it did to me.
Exactly. Hmm.
Uh, a, a friend of my father's, as I was probably 14, 15, handed me a stack of albums that were like Cream, Wheels of Fire,
Mhm.
The Guess Who, Friends of Mine, um,
Hmm.
just early canned heat cookbook, just that early fucking 60s psych shit. And
Hmm.
I kind of got lost from there, and it was weird. And then I was a teenager during the whole grunge scene, and all my buddies loved grunge and what have you, and I'm like, nah, that's not where it's at. This is where it's at.
Mhm.
You know what I
But the
mean?
thing is, Charlie, me and you're both the same age. We grew up.
Mhm.
We did have the grunge era that we're teenagers in, but we realized that classic rock is where the grunge came from.
Yeah.
So it's like we understood that. Like you
I
Yeah,
said, you realized this is
because
where it was at.
I love the
But
statement that Dave Grohl made in that documentary Sound City. He said Nirvana, like, yeah, we were a crazy band, but we wanted to
hmm.
be a really good band. We wanted to be the Beatles.
Hmm.
We grew up
Hmm.
wanting to be like that, so we wanted to be taken seriously as well. So a lot of those grunge bands, they all go back to, you know, Beatles, Birds, Led
Hmm.
oh, for
Zeppelin,
sure.
all those kind of music.
Oh,
Hmm.
for sure, Paul. Everybody stole off of everybody. Right back from the blues roots, man. Like
Hmm.
everybody says the Zeppelin's the best fucking rock and roll band ever. Well, they stole off all the blues guys in the first place. So are they really the
Yeah,
best? You know
That's
yeah.
what I
true.
You
mean?
got to admit, it's true. That is true.
No offense to fucking bands,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
Zeppelin stole a lot of their shit, man.
Yeah, a lot of people say the same thing about the Rolling Stones too. They say the Rolling Stones stole a lot from blues.
Everybody borrows from everybody.
Hmm.
Right.
But I
But
remember one
everybody.
time watching a.
I'm a
Go
I
ahead.
remember
deadhead,
watching.
and oh, the Dead never covered or ripped off people's tunes. Of course they did, man. They just steered it in their own little fucking way. and kind of made it their own. And that's what I like about the Dead is that they don't make it like it's like a radio fucking tune right off of what they're covering, and that's why jam bands. They spin it in
But
their
you know,
own
the
little way.
thing is, when it comes to Garcia and Lesh and it comes to the Dead, I've always felt that they were originals even apart from everything. Even during their era, they were different than everybody else. You know, I've
Oh, for
always
sure.
felt the Dead was different.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure. To a certain extent, but if you were in the San Francisco scene, they were just like another band down the street. They just got lucky. You know what I mean?
True
yeah,
story. Yep.
yeah,
You're
definitely,
right.
definitely.
If you're thinking 65 Haight Ashbury like fucking Jefferson Airplane, and it's funny that the Dead were the only ones to really actually have a true following and see it through and be still relevant to this day. Like there's young people in they're one of the very well not, I won't say very few, but they're a band that has generations upon generations of followers. And that's what 50 years of music will do to a band, but yet they're still active in touring. You don't see that very
Yeah.
often. You don't see that very often.
You know, when I was a kid, you know, Charlie, you know, I didn't follow the Dead, but out here I live, you know, because I grew up in Hollywood, and out here we used to see the Dead. They would come through town all the time. They would come play Irvine Meadows, you know, a couple of times a year. They would go ahead and they would play L.A. And I mean, be honest, that's where we always went to get all the best LSD. Sorry, that's where the best acid was at the Dead shows. That's what we really went for. But you know, I saw the Dead quite a few times, man.
Right.
During the '80s, you know. So I mean,
Didn't
and
suck.
it's like I took it for granted back then. But you know, actually, it's amazing that I got to see them as many times as I did. That they were fucking legends. You know what I mean?
Well, for
You know,
sure,
but
man. I'm Canadian. I only got to see Jared once in 1990 at Cops Castle, man. And
because I had to have seen them probably about four or five times.
I saw them like 25 times after that without Jared. So it's other incognitions and what have you. Maybe I hopped on the bus a little late. But that's the thing, when you're Canadian, these fucking bands don't come up and see us, man. You guys are lucky. You're in the arena of music. You really have to appreciate that factor of how much good live music you have around you.
Yeah,
It's really
we get to see everybody here. You know, so. You know, we're a stop for everybody. We get to see everybody, every tour they're here. You know what I mean? So, you know, and it's like, yeah, you take that for granted. You know, and it's like as many venues as I have just around me. You know, you know, because I had like, you know, we have the 5 Points Amphitheater. Always someone playing down there. We have the Honda Center. Someone always playing there. I can go drive into LA, and I've got like, you know, the Forum. I've got the SoFi. We've got the Greek, we've got the Hollywood Bowl, we've got Jan Hansen Ford, we got the Wiltern. You know, we have like so many venues. You know, it's like, you know, they're all here. You're true. This is the Mecca. This is the hub.
You know what I would do if I fucking lived in LA? I'd go to the fucking dirty bars, because that's where people the ticket is cheap. And that's where people are striving and trying to make it big. You know what I mean? And at early stages of it all, I'd like to see this onion blossom. Like if I lived in LA, that's what I'd do. I'd be scoping out those fucking new shitty bands in a shitty club, getting down and dirty and fucking rolling around on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I'd roll now. I wouldn't be taking an Uber to and then paying fucking $30 for a parking spot. You know what I mean? Like, and $100 for a concert ticket nowadays. Like $100 some on the lot. It's like it's fucked up, man. The whole system is fucking deranged.
You know what I kind of liked was, I don't know if you've heard of him, Charlie, but one of my favorite bands, new bands, is 21 Pilots. And they did this thing that was called the Takeover Tour. And what they did is when they hit each city, they played 3 to 4 venues in each city they went to. So when they came here to LA, what they would do is they would play a small venue, a medium-sized venue, maybe a little bit bigger sized venue, and then they'd play the big venue. So what they did when they came here was they played, I think it was the Troubadour, then they played the Wiltern, then they played the Greek Theater, then they played the Forum. So it was like they played like 4 different places. And I guess Charlie walked off. Bye, Charlie. But no, I thought that was pretty cool.
I have to say, Dusty, that out of everybody that I ever met that lived in places sort of like where you lived, you're like the only person that I found that is like, you talk that talks really like, happy about like the places that you've seen, like, at the Roxy or others, or other kind of venues. The people that I meet before is like, I'll be like, I would meet someone that from Lubbock, Texas. I was like, oh my God, you're from the same place that Buddy Holly's from. They're like, who?
Yeah.
Or you mention them and like, oh yeah, they suck. Or or I'll be in Seattle and I'll be like, oh my God, can't believe I'm here in Seattle. This is where Pearl Jam and Nirvana is from. Like I'll be talking like, you must be so happy to be here, like because and they're like, we don't care about Pearl Jam or Kurt Cobain, and I'm like,
no, they're cool. They're cool. Type thing.
Well, I'll tell you the story, man. The first Neil Young show I saw, you want to know who was on the bill? It was Booker T and the MGs, Garden, Pearl Jam, and Neil Young, and Booker T back in Neil Young. Or actually, and Blues Traveler opened too. So it was like a quadruple bill in 1983. So you want to talk about fucking grunge scene? I saw the shit when the shit was actually the shit, man. When it actually meant something,
You know, that reminds me of you saying that, Charlie. I make funny, but remember that, I don't know which Cheech and Chong movie it was. I think it was Still Smoking, where Cheech or Chong comes out and Chong turns around and goes like, yeah, I was back there during the 60s. That was back when the universe really meant something.
I'm pretty young. Like, all you other cats saw shows in the 70s and what have you. I think I saw like 2 shows in the 80s. I saw the Beach Boys, Ozzy, the Guess Who, the Spinners, and maybe Leonard Skinner. And then, I probably saw Boston. And those later.
The thing with me was, when I was a kid, my mom and my uncle were dragging me everywhere. Because my mom and my uncle, they were major, music fans. I think that's where I caught it from. Was from my mom and my uncle. They were concert goers. They took me to the US Festival in '83 when I was a kid. I was out there for 3 days.
Wow.
And saw The Clash and David Bowie and Quiet Riot. My mom saw the Beatles at the Anaheim Convention Center. She won tickets because she dressed up like a Beetle bug and made this big old banner, and KRLA gave her freaking tickets to see them at the Anaheim Convention. So it's like I come from a long line of concert goers. We went to I don't think I've gone to as many concerts as Anthony, though. AGK, he's got everybody's ass beat. I've
You're
seen his
blessed.
ticket collection.
You're blessed.
AGK has been choose.
How many? See, that's the thing. Nowadays, I'd rather go see music as opposed to buy fucking music, because the shit I have either on CD or this or that. But like, fuck that. That's how I take my vacation. I'll follow a band for a week, catch 3 shows, 4 shows, know what I mean? Some people go fucking camping, but no, I got to go on tour, man.
You
I've
know
always
what?
wished to have that kind of opportunity to do that. Sadly, I don't. It's like the only reason why now we're in month that I'm able to go to Coachella this year is because I'm working Coachella. But
Oh.
if I wasn't working on it, I would not afford it. So I
It's
could not.
too freaking expensive. It's too freaking. I mean, they're asking too much, and they give you so little for what they It's like basically they're just going ahead and they're charging you like almost $1,000 just to get you in the gate, and then after that you still have to spend like thousands of dollars during the weekend just to feed yourself and stuff.
And God
You're
bless
talking about
y'all
like
in the sand.
yeah. I mean, you're talking like $20 hot dogs,
Well,
$15 beers. It's
we're
like come on now.
Wow.
where Coachella is at is called Empire
Mm-hmm.
Polo Ground. There's like a lot of grass, so you're not stepping on sand.
No, but if praise the Lord, y'all don't get a sandstorm. It's so dry out there.
Oh,
That is true.
Jesus! Jerry Church! Jerry Church, man. I love Jesus. I love Jerry too, man. Jesus. I'm glad you got religious up tonight, man. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anyhow, fuck, I like camping, man. Here's the funny thing. Out of the three of you guys, or four of you that live in California, when was the last time you actually left your state?
Left what? I'm sorry.
What?
You
When was the last
left
time
your
we actually
state.
what?
When was the last time you actually
Left
got
my
out of your
state.
2016.
Oh.
And my final trip was to Washington D.C. and then from Washington D.C. I went to New York City.
That's
And I went to Washington D.C. because I was attending a conference for a fellowship that I had. So
Wow.
I was flown out there to do a conference, and then my cousin was like, I'll go. It's like I told her I'm in DC. Why don't you come in and meet up with me for one day while I'm here? And she's like, why don't you come up to New York City instead and spend like a couple of days with me? I was like, okay. So I ended up flying back home from LaGuardia,
Oh, wow.
DC, and so it was
Yeah,
great. It was great to go to New York and finally seeing the Dakota and Strawberry Fields. So that was like the last time I left California. I haven't flown or gone anywhere out of California since. Oh, no,
last time I left California.
That's a lie. That's a lie. The last time I left California was actually in 2019 for my birthday, and we went to Vegas.
Oh, okay. That counts as leaving the state.
You're gonna lie to me? You're gonna lie to me about when you left that class. That's it. If I was accustomed to Asian, man, you'd be locked up by now, man.
Yeah, last time I left the state, I went to New York in 2020. And that was because the company I work for, Roland Musical Instruments, they actually turned around since we were going to the pandemic mode. They were training us how to use, instead of doing musical instruments, they wanted to train us to do medical imaging and work on ventilators and everything like that. So they sent us over to New York to work on that, and then I got caught in the middle of the pandemic there. And we had to working on machines, and luckily I did not catch it, and I came back home. And of course it took me all the way till 2022 to catch COVID, even though I was in the middle of like the epicenter during 2020. Amazing, didn't catch it, but I came back home and caught it. And I wasn't even leaving the house when I caught it. Go figure.
And you know what's so funny? When you're sick and
that gave you COVID, you should take away their Pierce Savelle album. Just kidding. I'm not going there tonight.
I'm gonna pay for that. I'd be like, oh, and you tell Anthony that's what Anthony's gonna say. He's be like, oh, and your daughter gave you COVID, so maybe you should take away that Pierce Savelle record.
Well,
but you know what? Did you see? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Savannah. I'm sorry.
No.
Or Sapphire. I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
No, you go ahead, sweetie. I'm okay. Go ahead.
No, I'm enjoying
No, you go ahead. What, fucking Canadian? Stop being
It's called
so
being
funny.
polite, Charlie.
Go ahead,
It's called
there,
being
mister.
polite, Charlie. It's called being polite.
Okay,
No,
Charlie,
mhm.
right?
Yes.
Yes. God bless you. Bless your heart.
Yes. Don't bring Satan into this fucking equation, man.
No,
Please,
I'm a
please
southerner. I'm a
please don't bring
southerner.
Satan into this equation.
No, I'm a southerner.
I am not a God-fearing individual, so please do not
Okay,
bring
you little
God.
atheist shit. Go to hell.
Yes, I will gladly go to hell, man. With fucking bells on my fucking feet, buckets in my hand, and I will endure it all because hell is this earth. If
What?
you think that there's heaven and a hell, we are walking in it every day. So if you think there's some sort of imaginary utopia outside of this realm, surely
Comer said, "Hail Satan."
surely there's
Hey, it's Homer.
Comer's all, "Hail Satan."
No,
Well,
I was
actually, you
I was
guys,
just being enthusiastic with you.
Charlie's telling us we're number one. There you go, Charlie. He's telling us we're number one. That's how he says it. That's how he says he likes you. When he flips you off, that
Oh,
means
he
he likes
does.
you. Yeah,
He actually does.
yeah. Because if he didn't give a shit about you, he wouldn't flip you off. There you go.
Okay. Oh, I'm privileged. Oh, thank
well,
you.
I tell you, Miss, if I was ever to meet you, I would give you the greatest bear hug you've ever seen in your life, man. I'd hug you until you know. Yeah,
I probably would do it to you also.
There you go.
wow, hug is the best hug, man. Like, if I'm hugging you and you ain't hugging back, I'm letting go. You know what I mean, man?
I sure do.
All right, man.
I
Well,
love you.
everybody.
I love you
Well,
all.
everybody, it's time for me. I gotta like head on down the old
All
dusty
right.
road because I'm kind of tired. My stream like energy is like dying finally.
Yeah. Thanks for
I've
coming
been
up.
going since this morning.
You've been going a long time. I know. I know. Appreciate you guys coming up here. And,
No problem, man. No
Yeah.
problem. Anytime, man. Yeah, I guess I will be on tomorrow at 4:00. You know, I
All right.
will get my butt up and drink coffee and be on. And then I'll be at Captain's again, and and then yeah, there we go. And the whole schedule starts over again.
And then I'll go ask you all the same questions.
It's all right.
We'll be there for it. We're there for it. But yeah, talk to you later, Paulina. Nice to see Charlie. Nice to see you, Hop Frog. Nice to talk to you, Sapphire Blue. Bye, everybody in the Peter Gallery.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Hop Frog.
Bless
Bye,
you.
Mr. Pilmer. Bye,
Good night.
Quicksand. All right, bye, my old gigs. Talk to you guys all later. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
I have to get going as well. I have an event tomorrow to go to
All
speak
right.
at. So
You got shit to do, man. That's good. Good for you. You got shit to do, Paulina. You've got a purpose in life.
yeah. So everybody have a great evening as well, and so
Same well to you. Same
Bye.
way to you.
Keep the fires burning. That's right, Michael.
Yeah.
Keep the fires burning.
Hey, Hot. Hey, Hot. Hey, Hot.
Yes.
How's it going with the rich life and all that stuff? What happened?
I just been busy. I put all those parodies kind of on hold for a little bit, so I've been lazy. I'll just be honest. I've been lazy, been busy, so I just got to prioritize some things and get back to doing some stuff.
Okay, so is it postponed?
It's just I just really haven't felt inspired lately. But I did get this. I know there's a court. There's a case coming up, so I did get this. So I'm ready for that. I want to do my own take of the proceedings.
Well, is it going on the 25th or the 20th?
I've heard different things. I don't really know. It was supposed to happen today,
Yeah.
but things got canceled. So
No,
I don't.
I heard Monkey
Moth
Boy
Rolls.
couldn't go over there.
Yeah, his flight got canceled, I think
Yeah.
is what they said. So yeah, that's what I saw on Twitter. Somebody was saying his flight was delayed or canceled, so they postponed it to the 20th or the 25th of May or
Well,
something.
somebody's over there. What's his name? I forgot that other lowlife. The one Shannon 681 makes fun of. Roger.
Oh, yeah, Roger. I've heard his
Roger.
name.
He
I
was
don't
saying
follow
the
him that much.
25th.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I just watch certain people, So,
Mm-hmm.
but they said the 25th, and I was like, oh, I thought it was the 20th. That's what I thought Brad said.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm not really sure when that's going on. So.
Oh, okay. Well, no. I mean, not our problem.
Yeah. It just gives me lots of material to do. So.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to do Mexico travels.
Yeah, I stopped doing Elvis parodies when he picked up that young guy.
Okay, but he's doing new Mexico shit.
Yeah, this subject matter's not really something I want to cover. I'm a monger. I'm going to go pick up these prostitutes, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm just like, I try to keep my channel relatively clean.
Yes, clean. We all want it clean.
Yeah, some of that stuff I just.
Fuck! I just talk about clean. I just showed you guys the put away pile.
That was a nice pile. The doors and the animals and.
Yeah, that's
and
the
Bob
put away
Seger.
pile. What shit I gotta put away? What I've been listening to lately? The put away pile. Now I come back here. You're talking about prostitutes and what have you, and what's going on? I thought this was some sort of a family stream, and we were talking about records.
Yeah, we are. There's a guy that I used to parody. His name's Elvis Travels, and he thought he called himself an Assyrian king, and the guy was a joke. So I made fun of him, poked fun out of him and stuff, made some videos of him. And I was doing that until he picked up a guy who claimed he was 18, but
he wasn't.
Saying he's probably closer to 15. It just looked really bad. Some people were saying there's possibly a pedophile. I'm like, even if you're just going to kind of any hint of anything that seems kind of even close to that, I don't want any part of it. So I stopped doing those videos. I'm like, I don't need that. So now the guy's videos are he was living in a van for I think it's going on 7 years now. He's living in a van conversion. He took the toilet out and he took the shower out, so he has no facilities for using the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom in Walmart bags, and he takes bird bath showers at gas stations, and that's how he's choosing to live his life. But then he comes on YouTube and he starts threatening people. Like if he came on here, you go, "You guys aren't doing your part. You got to give me money. Why aren't you guys giving to me?" And it's just like, dude, time out.
I see that. See. Maybe I took everything out of context, and I didn't know you guys were talking about by any means.
Yeah.
So
no, it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. So this guy's latest thing is he's making a channel and he's trying to show everybody the
Mexico life.
He's just trying to show you the life in Mexico, and it's all about cheap beer and prostitutes, and everybody should be living this life. And it's like, I don't think so. It's not the life for me. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. It's like, but, and then if he was on here, he'd be making fun of you for having a job.
Yeah.
He'd tell you, stupid, you're a slave, all this nonsense, and then ask you for money at the same time.
Yeah. PayPal me. Elvis Travels.com. Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because he had all these ads when he'd stream. He had like all these little boxes on his screen for PayPal, VendMe, all these any possible site. It's like going to a gas station. They say we take Visa, American Express. He had that kind of thing on his instead of having like banners like people do. He had like those little images there. It's like, oh, you can give to me through the PayPal. You can give to me here. You can give to me here. It's like, how about?
That's the thing that really bothers me, Dave, about all these YouTube people that fucking PayPal and do whatever they do.
Yeah.
They've never fucking probably worked a hard day in their fucking life.
No, exactly.
Nope, they never have.
Yeah. Well, this guy, his family, they used to have, I think they had 2 or 3 cars. Maybe I'm mistaken, but they would buy cars. They'd flip cars. They'd buy cars at auctions.
In Arkansas.
And they'd film it in Arkansas, and I think they had a couple other ones and stuff. So the guy, if he would have played things right, he could have just walked into having an established business. Instead, there's a blowout with the family, and when his dad passed away, all he got was like a $30 grinder or something like that.
No, it was the polishing stuff.
But it's just like, man. The guy burns all his bridges. It's like he's a narcissist. Nobody in the world matters except for him. And he'll tell you that time and time again, how wonderful he is. And you wish you could be as wonderful as he is. So that's why I started making comparisons. I'm like, this guy's a joke. Let me show you what we can do with him.
He's hilarious.
Here's the funny thing, Dave. I love me. And I don't mind you, and I don't mind Miss Blue.
Yeah.
I'm not at that point where I can say that I love you. You know.
Okay. Well, God bless you.
I'm not going to take that next step, but essentially, I'm going to be honest and upfront with you, no matter what. I'm as real as fucking real can roll. You know what I mean, man? If you want to ask a question, you fucking question on this earth. If I don't want to answer it, I'll say pass. You know what I mean? But am I trying to rob, steal, or cheat you, or do I have an ulterior motive? I most certainly do not. I'm just hanging out with good people. That's what I thought I was doing.
Yeah.
No. You are good people.
Very good.
Thanks for your reassurance. And what was your name again? Miss Vinyls? Miss
Sapphire Blue.
Blue. I don't know. Who's going?
I'm only kidding now, man. I know you, man. Hey, now, Miss Blue.
Are you guys talking shit about Elvis Travels?
No, it's Elbow.
It was Elbow, yeah.
Why would you do that? I'm here to defend him.
You need to be booted off.
No. You need a cannon to throw me off.
I think he was trying to defend an elbow. Like You're trying to defend an elbow.
Now,
so that's
what did he do besides child molestation and Mexican T-boners? What did he do? Nothing wrong, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible. You guys are terrible.
Minor child.
Hey, man, this is not a place for drama. Not a place for problems, man.
No. I thought I'd join General Hospital.
I'm the fucking moderator here right now. You shut the fuck up, okay? This isn't a stream, but you came on here. You shut your mouth right now. If you came on here to dispute another problem from another stream, you should.
He's not. He's been here.
What stream? What stream is that?
It doesn't matter what stream.
Give me a stream. Give me a stream.
Here. So I suggest you go away immediately. Go away immediately.
Go where? I have nowhere to go.
All right, I'm going to shut this down. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Sorry, I'll talk to you guys next Friday.
Anyhow, Miss Blue.